All right. So for the first time in 2 weeks, we are live here on the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel for a very special. We haven't really done this a lot, college football games that being, but since we're going down to the Senior Bowl on Sunday, and of course we're all Notre Dame fans except for Brian, who will be coming with us shortly. I think Brian's rooting for Notre Dame too because he was at Notre Dame with Luca. So, but anyway. Welcome back. Like, comment, subscribe, share out, do all the good stuff. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or you drops. As I said, Brian will be joining us shortly, but we do have Sir Luca. I'll throw it to Sir Sean first because he hasn't. It's been a little while since he's been on here.
It's been about 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
I think the last one was the Knicks Sixers stream, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, which is about.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while, but Sean, if you want to give your first thoughts.
Well, this has got to be interesting for your subscribers because they're so used to sadness with the Giants that they actually get to watch some people be excited about football. That's got to be strange, right? You better hope that don't turn off your subscribers. That might just be, they might just like your sadness. You never know. So, no, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think anything will be as satisfying as beating Penn State because I live in this so amazing state that I love so much. So, but hoping for the best. Let's get a Here Come the Irish on 3. 1, 2, 3. Here come the Irish.
Did Luca just totally ignore us?
I think he froze.
I think he did too.
I think he is
because it just looks like him. He's like.
He looks.
Luca, can you hear us?
Luca, you might want to close and reopen.
Yeah, you are freezing up, pal.
Bro's got the McDonald's Wi-Fi on.
I was about to say, I don't think he heard us. So that was a little odd. Okay, so
Evan's got Ohio State. Well, I think. Do we want to give predictions?
We could. Are we for Luca?
Are we just gonna let our blind fandom take over?
I mean, I'll wait for Luca, to be honest. What's up to Armin, Daniel Berry, and Evan, of course. Thank you all for tuning in. And again, share out, do all the good stuff. But this is going to be, as I said, a really interesting game. When Brian comes on, when Luca comes back, we'll talk about prospects a little bit because there's some in this game that are going to be at the Senior Bowl next week, which I can't wait for. I've been thinking about Alabama. All this fucking cold weather has been making me just like, and I always look it up every day. I'm like, what's the weather going to be like in Alabama? And then I always just see like 50s, 60s. So
must be nice. It's 8 degrees where I'm at
right
now. It's going to be
excitement.
-1. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm hyped. I don't know what now. Luca,
I'm excited. Luca was just sitting at the screen.
Again, Alex is so used to being depressed from watching the Giants. I don't think he knows what excitement is anymore.
Well, also keep in mind that, for me, at least, I watched my team blow a World Series.
We don't talk about that. That never happened.
I guess I didn't.
I heard everything y'all said. Unfortunately, my restream tab was being very, 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 very slow, and I was trying to close down the other tabs I had. I didn't have too much, but I was trying to load up my Riley Leonard scouting report and the depth charts.
Well, you got to give your first thoughts.
Well, first thoughts, the Giants suck. They brought back Joe Shane and Brian Dable. The Jets don't know how to
do with this one.
No, you got to understand. The Giants suck. They brought back Joe Shane and Brian Dable. The Jets do not know how to run a GM or head coaching search. Notre Dame is like my only football salvation. You could say it for Sean too, because the Steelers just got eliminated last weekend.
Fire Tomlin, by the way.
I agree with that. But what I was also going to say was this is an emotional game for me because, this was the first time, I would say this year I really built an emotional connection with this team because not only have they made it to the national championship, I actually got to visit Notre Dame itself. It's beautiful.
Even We're if going you're not this year, just saying.
We are going this year. We're going to do that. What was I going to say? I really got to build a connection, be there, witness all the pregame events, the traditions. And it was just a lot of fun to do. Obviously, as Sean said, we're going to go back next year. But just being there is a whole different experience. And that's why I have my Notre Dame hoodie that I bought right here. I know it's not green. I get it. I'm trying to find my green hat.
I got yours. The one that you guys got me is hanging up over there. But again, Notre Dame fans said we got to wear green tonight, so we're going with the
Well,
Irish.
we're not
green
wearing
team.
red. I will say that.
Nobody's wearing red. Fuck
Nobody's
that.
wearing red. Brian
The
better
only
not.
red we wear is for the bloodline. I acknowledge Roman Reigns, by the way.
Better not be coming on here wearing fucking red, or else I'm not gonna be happy. So I guess before, I'd say I think the kickoff is like 7:40, 7:45. Luca, obviously we've watched this guy all season as the quarterback of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. What are your thoughts? Because you took the scouting report of Riley Leonard. He will be at the Senior Bowl next week, no matter what happens.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. Riley
Sure.
Leonard, future Giant quarterback.
Please don't do that.
He already had a Duke quarterback in Daniel
It's
Jones.
time to
I
keep
don't
it
need another
going.
Duke quarterback.
Why not?
I will live without.
Armin says he's wearing red, Alex. Is that a problem? But he does. I think he does acknowledge the tribal chief.
I think we all acknowledge the tribal chief, the OTC.
Yes. To go back to Riley Leonard in general, I'm not too high on him as a passer, as you saw before. Why am I forgetting his name? Steven Jelly came in. He was pretty erratic. Like, he made some throws, but then he threw 2 interceptions against Penn State. I'm more higher on him as a runner than a passer. Here's what I mentioned in my scouting report. He's a tall, bulky quarterback who's aggressive when running the ball and doesn't shy away from contact. We've seen that enough, especially that he ended up with a concussion about a few weeks ago against Penn State, obviously returned. Good vision for a running quarterback. He's good at finding holes in zone coverage, especially in the short area of the field. And I also said it applies as well. I said he's accurate in the short passing game. Weaknesses, I said his deep accuracy is questionable at best and not consistent. He only threw the ball 20 or more yards only 34 times in 2024. He tends to have happy feet and doesn't step into his throws. Accuracy when he rolls out of the pocket it declines, and scheme fit's a bit questionable, I think, as well. But right now he's more of a spread RPO guy, is what Notre Dame mainly runs. And in my opinion, he's like a 3rd, 4th round quarterback. Okay. And I'm not totally high on him. If you like, I don't hate him, obviously, but
yeah. What's up to Jacob in the chat? Evan says, glad you guys can have some fun rather than dealing with NFL teams. Rye Bread says, being a UConn fan, I have to root for Notre Dame because they're an independent.
What's up to Rye Bread?
Rye Bread, thank you very much for
so much. Here's some breaking news real quick.
Sure.
This is for Luca because I think he's gonna love it.
Oh boy.
So obviously we see what a shit show the NFL playoffs has become, where you have the Kansas City Chiefs who are going to cheat their way to a Super Bowl because, you know,
the NFL wants it.
You have within the NFC, you have those god awful fucking birds that will not die. So there's only one team that can save us. I want it to be Washington. It's not going to be Washington. This team owns both your teams because they swept Luca's team. They beat Alex's team. Let's go Buffalo.
Yes, I agree. Luca, you have to realize there are only salvation.
I'll be honest, I don't hate Buffalo as much as the rest of my in-division rivals. I don't. So against Kansas City, I'll be honest, call me a fake Jet fan. Call me you root for your rival. I wouldn't mind Buffalo winning. I'll be honest. I'd rather
have a lose-lose for you.
Yeah,
really.
Of course. I'd rather have Buffalo and Commanders as opposed to one of the Eagles, like a Bills Eagles or Chiefs Eagles or some crap like that.
Yeah.
That's why this comment says Riley Leonard reminds me of Daniel Jones. That's why he's going to be a Giant next year.
Yes.
I'm just calling it now.
Please don't put that. I have better predictions of Jackson Dart being a Giant next year because he was part of the Manning Passing Academy. Riley Leonard, I mean, I think he's a better he like his running style is Josh Allen. Like he's not like Daniel Jones. At least Riley Leonard knows how to slide. I can't say the same for Daniel Jones. Armin, let's see. Jacob.
The only way I root for the Chiefs is if they play the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That's it.
Please don't let that happen again.
You know it's going to happen. I hate to break it to you. It's going to be Chiefs. It's going to be Eagles.
Armin says, "Give me Commanders Chiefs Super Bowl." I'm not.
If that's the case, we're all rooting for Washington.
Yeah,
I am too.
I will root for Washington. I don't care. I don't care. You call me a fake fan again. Robert says, "Have to go for Buffalo. If the Chiefs three-peat, I have to pull that I have to pull for that over the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, I really don't want to see Eagles win. Armin says my prediction is that the Jets will hire Aaron Glenn and Lance Newmark tomorrow. Jacob says why isn't going to be Washington, Sean? I mean, I'm kind of with Sean because it's like Washington has made it this far. They really didn't have that many expectations coming into the year. I'm really shocked that they trounced Detroit, but
I think everybody was. I mean, I think Washington can make a game out of it. I just don't know that they can stop Saquon.
if Jalen Hurts,
unstoppable right now.
Saquon's pretty unstoppable. If Jalen Hurts commits a few turnovers and takes a few sacks, I think we could have a change of pace, and I would like that. But I would also have to root for Buffalo on the other side, and see what's happening in terms of that. Riley Leonard as a day 3 QB wouldn't be bad. But with that being said, let's welcome in another member of our panel, Mr. Brian. And thank God he's not wearing red; he's wearing the Irish thing. Brian, what is your first thoughts, brother?
First off, thank you for having me here. Let's start with that. Second, for Ohio State Notre Dame, this is such a highly anticipated game. I'll be the first to say it because when Luca and I got to see the Irish in person months ago, that was a completely different team to what we're seeing now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the way they played, the way they've carried themselves, the way Riley Leonard has developed through this time period over the last couple months, it's been something to behold, something I didn't see coming. And I mean, to see the Irish make it this far, this is the closest they've come to a championship in 40 years?
Well, unless you want to count that Alabama game 12 years ago, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, no, we don't talk about that. But I mean, either way, last time they won, you're talking decades ago. The closest they've come.
88.
That's what I meant by 40 years ago. Yeah. And you look at Ohio State, this is a team that's won enough. They don't need to win this game. They don't need to. I do think this is going to be highly contested. I don't think this is going to be as much of a blowout as people think it'll be in favor of Ohio State. I think Notre Dame's going to give a really good fight, and it'll be a much tougher game than people think.
That's what I say. The fact that it's a 9-point spread is like unbelievable.
I think it's criminal.
I think so too.
I think that my only thing with Notre Dame is that I think they lack the true speed because they remind me of I think Luca said it. They're like the Steelers of the college football in this case because they're very
say that because at least the Irish can get past the first round.
Well, they're very good in the trenches, but as I said, the speed, they're more of a power team than a speed
I will
team.
say to that, yes. I'd say their defensive line is a little weaker because of the loss of Riley Mills, which happened, I believe, against Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. But I believe in their linebackers and secondary, and I think that's probably the strength of their defense. Defensive line, as I said, not the biggest strength because of the injury to Riley Mills. Offensive line, obviously, our left tackle. I don't know. I forgot the injury status of the left tackle and the other lineman that got hurt last week. I'm not last week, 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, but injuries. You have injuries there.
Am I the only one not seeing?
At least Jeremiah loves playing without a knee brace, so that's good to hear.
He's freezing again.
Am I back?
For now.
Am I
back? Well, I really don't understand. I have 4 tabs open. I just have Twitter, the Ohio State Notre Dame depth charts.
That's why you got Twitter on.
Did you try restarting your computer?
No.
That might be an option. I'm just saying.
I've got literally the whole. I got the football game stream open on my laptop right now with the Twitter plus ESPN information, and this. So I don't know how that's happening for you.
No, because even me, I got 8 tabs open. By the way, my boy Jerome Bettis is in the house. I'm loving this.
Let's go.
Yes.
Come on, let's talk about the real star, Shane Gillis.
Before I get to the more comments, I asked Luca to give his.
I gotta say real quick, I will actually restart my computer. I want to let Brian have a little more say.
Okay. Cool.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So
I'm reading through the injury report you were talking about the O lineman who was hurt, which is Rocco Spindler. I'm assuming the right guard.
The left tackle was hurt the last game.
Left tackle got hurt. I do know that Rocco Spindler was apparently. They were saying he might miss this game. It seems like he's not going to be. Jeremiah Love should be okay today. And the only other ones I've seen that are major is, let's see, Anthony Knapp. That's who you're talking about.
Yes,
Knapp is not playing today.
that's what I thought because his injury looked pretty bad against Penn State.
So it's going to be the guy making just his second career start, which would be Charles Jagusa. And
Jacobson,
the problem is he's going to be matched up against Twimo. I can't even say that name.
JT. We're going to call him JT.
And Jack
yep.
Sawyer.
Yeah. It's
So
going
that will be a tough
tough match. And the right tackle last game got absolutely obliterated by Abdul Carter, who will probably be going top 5 in the draft. But one more question before I get to Brian on this and we see who wins the toss. Is that happening to me too, or is it just Luca?
Yours
It's
is a
happening
little
to you a little
laggy,
bit.
but it's not bad like his was.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the
yours is
fucking
just very
Wi-Fi.
pixelated, less freezing.
Okay. Fucking Wi-Fi. Fucking Verizon. Anyway, nonetheless. I asked Luca to give his thoughts because he was doing a scouting report for him. You literally submitted this Will Howard scouting report last night, Brian. What can you tell us about the Ohio State quarterback? Since we'll see him next week in Bama.
I think there's a lot to like with him. I think he's a player that I guess kind of flies under the radar in this draft. You're thinking of other major quarterbacks, big names, especially with Jalen Milroe declaring. It's kind of thrown the whole cycle into a little bit of a frenzy. But Howard, to me, right now, he's your prototypical size you want in a quarterback. Big thing to love about him, he's just got a very strong arm. The dude can make any kind of throw you need at the NFL level. You need it on the run. You need it in motion. You need something short for checkdowns. He's got everything. Can hit you from anywhere on the field. And with no effort can throw that ball 50 yards downfield. He's got a cannon. I also like his athleticism. He's got some mobility to him. Not enough to be like a big factor in that aspect in the NFL, like as a runner, like a dual threat, but enough to roll out of the pocket and, extend plays, which is a good thing. He's also got really good eyes. I like the way he's able to manipulate defenders to covering gaps that he's not going to throw to, which opens up windows, especially in play action. He's just really good in that front. I mean, even the footwork has been very strong from him, especially, working around the pocket. One thing we talk about with quarterbacks, we want them to work the pocket really well, be able to extend drives and stay alive and just stay as strong as you can in your base. And he does a good job with that. Now, there are a couple things to watch. When he's under extreme duress and pressure, his accuracy takes a serious hit because his mechanics break down and he's forced off his base. So he makes off-balance throws, tries to play hero ball, doesn't work out. He also doesn't have that, like I said earlier, the elite quickness to really escape from defenders consistently, and he'll probably struggle against faster defenses. Read progression even. Against complex schemes, it's going to be a problem. Something he's got to work on when he gets into the league. Most of his success you see in the college football is from what we call vanilla defensive schemes. Easy to dissect. You know what they're coming at you with. You know where the basic coverages are. You can pick them out and know which route you're going to before you even snap the ball.
And kickoff is away. Just wanted to, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
so
you're
Brian,
way ahead of
Notre
me.
Dame will take the touchback.
And as we continue on Will Howard real quick, he also struggles sometimes with his touch on shorter throws. He'll end up sailing it, missing the target altogether. It becomes a problem. And he's just got to get more consistent on his accuracy, especially on his deep throws, because it leads to a lot of missed opportunities for them to get big scores.
Right. Thank you, Sir Brian, for the in-depth analysis. Later on, I'll get into the prospect that I studied from Ohio State. But, of course, that will be much later in the program.
Oh, I'm really far behind you guys.
Okay, Pat McAfee. Yeah, no, I am. I'm on Fubo, so I don't have cable.
I don't want to shout out the streaming service I'm on because it's kind of illegal, so I'm not going to say what it is.
That's fair. But I guess then me and you were on the same page.
Hand
Whereas
off,
Alex was,
nothing going.
I just saw the kickoff.
Yeah, me too.
I literally might think about pausing this because I feel bad. At some point, I have to pause.
Yeah, I'm having issues. Even getting my regular television service up so I could just watch the game in normal time. But
yeah,
as you guys may or may not know, everything you watch on TV has a 60-second delay.
Yes.
That's
so
fair.
it doesn't matter regardless. We're not watching
Cable's
real time. Nobody's watching in real time anyway.
No, cable's overpriced anyway, so that's why we switched to Fubo.
Riley Leonard, he's got the ball, he's got the carry down, and he's got about 3rd and 2. Took it for himself that time.
Jacob with a great question. Whose coaching staffs are doing the Senior Bowl? Well, we do know one head coach I could say that I remember offhand. That's Mike Kafka.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
going to be head coach, the Giants offensive coordinator. He's going to be taking the reins, controlling, was it the American or national side?
It's going to be the national side.
And I think one of the Browns assistant coaches is doing for the other team.
nice start.
Leonard
So
takes a snap. He's going to run it again. Riley Leonard with a first down.
love that. Love that for him.
Moving the chains. Tackled by Tyleek Williams.
He runs like Allen. I can't
He
lie.
does.
He runs like
I've
Josh
always
Allen.
said that.
He looks bigger than Josh Allen. If you want to go by body weight, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but he's still got that mindset that I like in the bigger quarterbacks with bigger frame, bigger size. You want them to run like trucks.
Yes, kind of like
Also-
a tight end mindset.
For anyone who wants fun facts, the same offensive coordinator for the Irish, Coach Jaden Daniels last year. Leonard drops back, looks, pocket is clean, throws over the middle, incomplete.
Mm.
Looking for his man Chris Mitchell, and it'll be second down and 10.
He kind of went sidearm on that one. I didn't like that. I mean, the pocket held up well for the most part. Receivers weren't getting open off the left side, but I thought he had him open off the slant or off the play to the right, but kind of sidearmed it a little bit. Didn't really step into it that time.
Yeah, I see that. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
There's really no need for that.
Kafka did the Shrine
way.
Bowl last year.
I think I'm going to throw in a little fun fact. I didn't get to do the scouting the way you guys did because this was a last-minute thing for me. But I think Ohio State is the first ever two-loss team in a championship game. For
I
at
don't-
least in recent
Because
memory.
of the rules.
I think you're right. I think you might be wrong too.
I was going to say,
I'm
unless
not
we
sure.
want to talk about the 1800s, but in terms of at least the last 20 years.
Chris Mitchell with a gain of about 8.5 will lead to a third down and short. Oh, no, they picked it up and they moved it for a first down.
All right.
Leonard
Actually, you're not that
takes a
far
snap,
ahead of me.
looks, gets it to Jeremiah Love. Love's got a check down. He's got 5, 6, 7-ish yards.
Keep the
Trucking
fucking
people.
ball
Bro,
moving.
this is killing me. They're so far ahead.
Cody Simon on the tackle.
I will
Hmm.
pause it at some point.
Maybe during the commercial break, we'll try
That's
to.
what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking of just switching it to the ESPN stream. You know, you go on ESPN.com and you put in your
Yeah.
Actually, you guys wanted the answer to that 2-loss question. The last team to actually have 2 losses in the regular season, and I know this is random, but to win the national championship, we'll say
Mhm.
the 2007 LSU Tigers.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. That is pretty recent.
and looks like Leonard has stood up. But that interior defensive line will be third down and 1.
it's a-
Tyleek
about a
Williams
gain of
again
two.
with the tackle.
About a gain of 2.
7 plays, 30 yards, 320, and counting for Notre Dame on
The
this drive.
biggest thing that scares me about Notre Dame is the first half. I noticed, at least the last couple weeks, they've started out so slow. If they
Yeah.
can get to a quick start here, that would really give us. That would be really such an advantage.
2-back set. Going to send Love out to the left. Now he's in motion. Going to hand it off to Jeremiah Love. Love looks like he's got a crease. Nope, he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage at the 45, and it'll be fourth down.
I like the chances going for it here. 4th and 1, but it's got to be, obviously Ohio State is starting to catch up to the run a little bit. Great job of setting the edge by Ohio State. So let's see what Notre Dame has in store. Do they do a quarterback sneak? Do they give it straight up to Leonard? It's all about what Ohio State is expecting as well.
All right, so they're going to go for 4th and 1.
This could be a tone setter.
I say go QB sneak.
Leonard with the man in motion. Takes a snap. Leonard runs with it. He's got a first down.
Yes.
To
Love
the
it. Let's
42-yard
go.
line. Riley Leonard with a quarterback keeper.
Tuck it and go. Tuck it and go.
That's right.
Leonard so far with 17 passing yards and 17 rushing yards.
All right.
Eating away at the clock.
More of an old school ground and pound team.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Jadarian Price in the backfield. Leonard drops back, looks. He's got to throw it somewhere. Pocket slowly breaking down. He's got to throw it. He's got a man open. That's a first down to the 28-yard line.
First down.
That's Eli Raritan, the tight end.
Move those chains. Let's go.
Great progress so far from Notre Dame. In this game, you got to set the tone early, knowing that Ohio State is going to try and bleed you early. Best thing you could do is get a scoring drive underway. Get it under your belt. Set the tone early.
One empty set here.
I'm seeing
from the 28-yard line.
Nice.
Leonard checking signals. Got Price in motion. Takes a snap. Looks. Leonard has a clean pocket. Fires this one just incomplete. Chris Mitchell was the intended target.
I don't think he stepped into that one either. That's a second incompletion?
Yeah, that was one to the side. Didn't really like that one.
It was a little comeback route, at least from the slot perspective, just a little past Mitchell. He's got to step into that.
I do like Notre Dame's game plan, though. You run with Leonard, and you want to keep JT and Jack Sawyer away, so you're going with this quick passing game, and they really haven't been able to stop it. But as you go deeper into the red zone, if you ever get there, it's going to be interesting.
That didn't get picked there.
That's true.
Because there were two defenders right there.
Jadarian Price with the handoff. Jadarian Price cuts the outside. Past the 20-yard line. He's got about a yard to go before the first down marker. Marcus Freeman wanted a face mask.
Still a great run.
I wish they'd use Price a little more. He is so underrated.
Someone made a good point, actually. I didn't even realize that. If you're a betting person, if you were betting on Riley Leonard rushing attempts, you're going to hit on the over at halftime.
Oh, yeah.
He's 100%. Run this ball at least 5 times at this point. Four times.
That was a nasty stiff arm there by Price.
3rd down and 1. You have an inches game here.
Najee Harris.
Get that push going. Get that push.
Leonard in the backfield with Jeremiah Love. Leonard got a man in motion. Takes a snap. Leonard takes it himself, and he pushes forward for another first down. And they're still pushing all the way to the 14-yard line.
Nice.
Let's go.
Good shit.
Some little note for everybody watching. We have 7 players to watch in this game that will be appearing at the Senior Bowl. On Notre Dame side, it is Xavier Watts.
Love Watts.
Defensive back. R.J. Oben from the D-line, and Riley Leonard himself, the quarterback for Notre Dame. On the Ohio State side, Lathan Ransom, the defensive back for them. Yep. Ty Hamilton, D-line for the Buckeyes. Seth McLaughlin, O-line for Ohio State, and Will Howard, the quarterback.
McLaughlin, I believe, tore his Achilles, so I don't know if we'll see him. Handoff, not much there for Jeremiah Love. But I did actually do this. I forgot how many different guys were in this game because I'm like, there is Watts, there is this guy, that guy. I obviously remember Lathan Ransom because I did his scouting report. I'm not his biggest fan though. I'll get into that later. But obviously, as Brian said, we'll be seeing some of these guys next week. So, be 2nd down and 8, 2-back set. Leonard calling out signals. Raritan in motion. Takes a snap. Leonard. He's going to look. He's going to flush the pocket. He's going to run. He's going to stick with it. Leonard. He's got about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. Good instincts.
Close.
3rd down and short now. And good job by Notre Dame. For most of these downs, they're finding themselves either getting the first down early or 3rd down and short where it's easily manageable. So give them a lot of credit. Good play calling by Mike Denbrock. And Riley Leonard's doing a great job of manipulating the pocket.
Looking at Jack Sawyer. Yeah.
And they're chewing clock. That's a big deal.
Yeah, they've already killed half the quarter.
Down to 6:50, 3rd down and 3. Jeremiah Love in the backfield. Jordan facing to the right side. Excuse me, that's Mitchell Evans. Leonard keeps it, stumbles a little bit, and he's just about an inch shy of the marker.
Go for it. Go for it. And I think they might check the yardage with the measure.
Yes,
nice.
Evan, Jack Sawyer is an NFL prospect this time around. He is declaring he's in the draft process.
Yeah, he's probably one of the. I mean, he's not going to the Senior Bowl, but he is one of the top guys.
He is.
It's a hell of a reach there by Leonard. They're going to call it 4th and 1.
All right,
well,
4th and 1.
Slip kind of cost them there.
Yeah, is stumbling a little bit. 4th and 1, about 6 minutes left. Leonard. Jaden Grayhouse in motion, takes the snap. Where they run it with Leonard again, and he's got a first down, and they're still pushing down to the 1-yard line. Riley Leonard turning on the wheels. He needs a little bit of a breath, but he's got a first down.
Just love
these
the block.
Traps.
Just love the blocking here by Notre Dame. You see you have number 59, Emil Wagner, just coming in for that pull block, and that's pivotal to Leonard getting that first down. Good job pulling.
Jeremiah Love in the backfield. Mitchell Evans, the tight end. Takes a snap. Leonard, keep. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Oh,
Go!
yes.
Good start. Good start.
Man, that was what, like a 10-minute drive?
Some shit like that.
That reminded me of watching like freaking Army and Navy, the way that they killed the clock.
9 minutes, 5 seconds.
Close. Great pull on the left side. You're going to see by Mitchell Evans, just pushing guys, moving guys over completely out of the play, and Leonard just an open hole.
We got accusations already that the refs are cheating for Notre Dame.
How?
Oh my god!
Do you know that run play that was near that? You know that run play that I forgot who it was. They ruled it a first down for someone. I gotta see which play it was.
Might have been. Was it to the left side?
It was more center though. He was running back to the left. I think it was after a catch or something. I'm reading the numbers. I think
it was that third and I think that was that third and short. Which
it was the 2nd and 10. The 2nd and 10 play where they got tackled. I was like, let me see. Sharp brought it up.
Well, let's not sit here and act like Ohio State's been good on short distance downs anyway.
I'll try and share it if I can. What I found.
Yeah, that's exactly why I stay off Twitter, because you get. So
this is what I see here.
Okay, hold on. Make sure to mute the sound just in case we don't get copyrighted and all that.
No problem.
Let's
Muted.
see.
All right. So as he goes down here on 2nd and 10, he gets down. You see right there at the 40-yard line right there?
Yeah, he was short.
But you see the first down marker? They spot at the 41.
It's called competitive advantage. I'll take that.
That's what it was called. It was called a
well,
30-yard short. But again, you don't see the sticks either.
But I was gonna say, let's not act like Ohio State didn't have several other chances to stop them either.
No, they had a chance.
So, real quickly, while we wait for this Ohio State offense to come on the field, I do want to talk about my prospect Lathan Ransom a little bit, who is on that Ohio State defense. He is a defensive back. 2024, he had 1 interception, 62 tackles, a forced fumble, 2 pass deflections, and 7 TFLs. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. Now, obviously, we'll be seeing him at the Senior Bowl. But to be honest, I see him as a limited player. He plays safety. I think he's very good in man coverage versus tight ends and running backs. His IQ is pretty damn good, and he's got experience all over the field, box, in the slot, and even deep, which deep is really where he plays most of his time. And he's also got that big hit ability. But the problem with him is the tackling form, and what really slows down his potential, in my opinion, is his stiff lower body. And that kind of slows down his speed a little bit. So that's where I'm not too keen on him. I see him as a fit as a strong safety in the NFL. I think he could blitz, but covering the middle of the field is kind of where his niche is. And of course, I think we got 2 more prospects that we've done. I'm not saying I'll point it out as Brian. Ty Hamilton will go over at some point. And what was the other guy? Xavier Watts.
I really liked Xavier Watts. I think he's one of the most underappreciated in this draft. He'll be a big steal for anybody who's able to draft him. I see him as a 2nd-round talent. Some people see him as a 5th. I don't see why they see him as a 5th. This guy's explosive in every manner of the word.
Yeah, I loved he really popped my eyes out last year when he had that real good game against USC and Caleb Williams. That was like my big, like, holy shit, this guy's good.
As for Ty Hamilton, I have him as a late day 2, possibly early day 3 pick, right? Basically 3rd or 4th round. He's got a lot of good elements to his game. He had 3 sacks in 14 games this year, 47 tackles. Dude's a run stuffer. He just knows what gaps to plug. He follows his assignments well. He's got a great bull rush. I like a lot about him. I think he's a little small, but it's nothing that will eliminate you or deter you as a D lineman. If you got the strength, you got the weight to carry, and you got the extra power, you're fine.
Mitch Jeter will kick this off, and it will go as a touchback, and we'll get to see the Ohio State offense with Will Howard. I was about to say, if ESPN
like Leonard was a little shaken up.
commercial. years of the Goodyear blimp. Who cares? Maybe Sean does because it's part of NASCAR.
Now they're going to
We're going to another commercial. What the fuck?
You might as well pause it because I'm still a full minute behind you guys.
I
I'm
just saw the
one play
kickoff.
behind you. I am
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
When it comes back from commercial, I'll pause it right at there.
You better do the same thing, Alex.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're not that special, Alex.
What's up to Jets mess?
What's up?
I'm curious to hear your thoughts because it's football related. I know it's not college football related. Thoughts on the Jets head coaching search?
Asinine.
The Jets head coaching search?
Well,
And
he's talking
GM
about.
search.
He's talking about what's Jess's mess.
Oh,
They're running a fluid process.
No,
they're in-
go ahead.
I
I'm
looked
sorry.
through their list of people they interviewed for general manager, and almost every single person they interviewed, no other team would interview. I just want that on the record. For some reason, they're being more intensive and just, I don't know.
They're at Brian. You could say it. The process is asinine. I mean, you have Aaron Glenn coming in tomorrow. You have Lance Newmark, who has been a part of the Lions organization for 26 years, and he's with the Commanders now as the assistant GM. Was with the Lions organization for 26 years. For most of those 26 years, can anyone answer how good the Lions were?
They were not.
They weren't. So he's a lifer. You're not going to sell me on Aaron Glenn. I'm sorry.
It's funny that he's like their top guy right now.
It's funny because Woody's doesn't want to pay for him. That's why.
What
Doesn't want to pay for a real
what
coach.
what'd you say about Robert Sala's defense, Luca, and compared to
He wipes. What was I going to say? He runs circles around Aaron Glenn's defense. But leader of men, everybody, leader of men. I'm sorry, that's how I.
All right, it's paused.
Let me I'll let you guys know when the ads are up for me because I'm on the Allstate commercial right now.
Yep, me
Yeah.
too.
It's gonna. What the picture is gonna be? It's gonna be September 3rd, 2022. It's when Notre Dame played in Ohio State, and with C.J. Stroud, nonetheless.
What was the last commercial you guys saw on the TV?
I'm on a Gatorade commercial now.
Me too.
Should be close.
Okay, I see the 2022 matchup.
All right.
I'm still waiting on the Gatorade to clear. I'm seeing the 2022 now also.
All right.
Okay, we're close enough. Justin Smith says he wants McCarthy or Flores. Need experience. I like Glenn. I don't want him to get fired in 3 years.
I like them both too. I mean, Flores more than McCarthy clearly, but I mean Glenn I don't think would be terrible either. Let me tell you though, the Bears. I had somebody tell me, a Bears fan, all week that they're guaranteed to get Ben Johnson. I was like, are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, the Bears are the Bears. They're gonna make some bad choices. There's no guarantee. Then they actually did the right thing today.
I did pause the game. I'm more in line with where Brian was at. I don't know where you guys are at. I haven't seen the first play yet.
Okay, well, we have either. Will Howard calling out signals. Travion Henderson in the backfield. 2 tight ends set. Igbuka in motion. Takes a snap. Henderson gets a little misdirection, and he's got about 5 yards.
Okay, yeah, you're still a little bit ahead
A
of us.
little ahead, but not by much.
Jalen
I
Snead
just
on the
saw
tackle.
the end of the play. So,
Okay, I see Bookboy motion.
Alex, I say if you're gonna pause for like 2 seconds, and I think we'll be in line.
I'll say now, pause it.
2.
Okay, good.
I think that we should be pretty much close
Yes,
to within.
Because I just saw the Will Howard graphic pop up.
Yeah,
me
that's what I
too.
paused at.
Yeah.
Okay,
Howard, 2nd down and 5, man in motion.
I don't see
Howard.
the motion man yet.
He's a half second ahead.
Henderson
He's a half
in the
second.
backfield.
Bro,
Takes
now
a
you're
snap.
fast.
Henderson is trying to go around, but Jack Kaiser makes the tackle.
Good
Nice.
shit.
3rd down and 5.
It's 3rd down.
Pause it for another 1.5 seconds.
Okay. 2nd.
He said 2.5 seconds, Alex.
What
Yeah,
was
give
the
me
second?
that 0.5 second.
Give him a half second. God damn it.
0.5 of a second.
All
Big
right,
challenge for this note. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Brian.
I see the impact players list now up.
Yeah. Back to the play.
Howard,
I'm not back. It's not back to the play yet.
man in motion. Takes a snap. Howard looking, pressure coming, throws this one, fires. It is caught for a first down.
Now I'm ahead of Alex.
Now I'm behind. I'm still behind both of you.
Jeremiah Smith.
Smith is the guy to worry about, the number one guy to worry about for Ohio State.
You know just how much easier this would be if it wasn't for copyright? We would just put the game on the
Oh
screen.
yeah, of course.
But you know.
But such can't happen.
No.
What a play. What a great play.
Jeremiah Smith. Only 3 receiving yards, against Texas compared to the 200 plus games against Oregon and Tennessee.
He's been taunting. Saying, go ahead, keep playing up on me. He's saying, keep
Howard,
doing that.
Under pressure, takes this one. It is caught by the tight end. He's still wrestling.
Come on.
3-4 yards. Moves him out of bounds.
Drop.
Catch made by G. Scott Jr.
Chugging through. I like that. Taking the contact. Just get out of bounds where you can get it.
There's the center who's injured that Brian brought up. That's Seth McLaughlin, who will be at the Senior Bowl, of course, had a season-ending injury in the fall of 2024. 5 different starting lineups.
Injury.
It's going to be a lot of pressure on Notre Dame's secondary to handle the speed of the Ohio State receivers.
Henderson in the backfield takes a snap. Henderson has it. And Henderson breaks away for a counter to the outside, all the way to the 41-yard line.
Ohio State now the one creating holes.
Xavier Watts pushes him out of bounds.
If it wasn't for Watts, that he probably would have been gone. He probably would have got some more yards on that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Henderson, once he gets going and he's at his top speed, you're going to struggle to take him down and reach him at that point.
Kaiser with a
Watt's probably one of the only people that could catch him if it comes down to.
And his short area quickness, his foot speed is unbelievable. But good on Watts.
One out.
Watts is one of the faster guys.
First down and a lot more to the 25.
Oh, come on.
Quinshawn Judkins moving
That's
the chain.
That's a design screen. You got to make that tackle around the marker. You have to.
I mean, you see the stack formation already. That anticipation should be already there. They're already playing.
Yeah, you already knew they were lined up in trios. You knew they were going to go somewhere on that.
Kaiser with the missed tackle on the play.
They gave too much cushion. And whoever 24 is, get him off the team after that one.
Kaiser.
My goodness.
He missed 2 tackles.
Got to make that tackle there.
Judkins lines up, and it's an empty set for Will Howard. Now they're coming back with Jeremiah Smith, who takes it as a handoff. Xavier Watts stops him in the backfield.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Jordan Clark joining him as well.
Great play.
Anybody with the name Watt needs to be feared.
He literally exploded off that edge past the tight end. He had no time to set his hands for contact and deter him. No time. What great work there.
Beating Scott Jr.
There's a part of me that doesn't think that Jeremiah Smith should have caught that one. Maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, it was supposed to be.
Scott Jr. in motion. Takes a snap. Howard drops back. Looks. Fires. This one is caught. Luca.
Short
of the line.
We're about 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it's about 3rd 3, 3rd and 4.
Good work on him there, too. Again, that's on Kaiser.
They're running. Yeah,
struggling to stay with him.
It was the zone coverage. They ran again, gave him a little bit of
starting
cushion.
to attack Kaiser, kind of what Brian said.
They're running kind of a soft shell, which is not what you want. That's not the kind of coverage you want to run with against these guys, because that just leaves windows open from the get.
Howard in motion. Judkins moves to the right side. No Travion Henderson. Howard takes the snap. He's going to run it like Leonard. He's got a first down. He trips, but he's got the first down.
Like I said, that mobility of Will Howard. He doesn't have that quickness to be a real dual threat, but he's got enough that he'll get some extra yards for you.
And like that, that's the end of the first quarter.
Oof.
Wow, what a quick ending. The second you hit commercial, pause. All of you.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know when I'm live.
Okay.
When I hit the same mark. Freaking Stream East.
Hey, you said you weren't going to say it.
I just gave it away.
I'm at Cheez-It. I'm at Cheez-It.
Cheez-Its.
Cheese it.
Okay, and wait.
Wow, you were really behind. Okay.
Now we should.
Why are we buffering? There we go.
So you can't even plug your cable information to ESPN, Brian?
Nope. Because I'd have to go hunting for my for some information because I'm supposed to be on YouTube TV.
Yeah. Pain in the you know what.
It is absolutely annoying.
All right. Well, that first quarter actually did go pretty quick, but I wouldn't expect the same for the next three, especially the second and the fourth.
Let's see what updates we have so far on Twitter. Anything big about this game yet, or in the football world? Okay, anything? Nope. The only thing I see is a combo picture of Joe Montana and Travis Scott.
Yes, I saw that earlier.
Anything else I could read? I'm probably not going to find. I mean, the only thing I've got is the interviews that have been going on. What's his name completed his interview? Liam Cohen with the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Although
the Jets haven't even touched him yet.
Of course, because that's what we do.
Although, interestingly enough, he's not the favorite for the job right now.
Yeah, it's probably Salah.
Correct. Salah's the favorite for the Jaguar job at the moment, from last I heard.
I don't know why they would want a defensive guy, personally. I think you're trying to the mission down.
Their defense has been god fucking awful. That's why.
I know that, but at the same time, you're trying to revitalize Trevor Lawrence's career.
Say the Jets should get Doug Peterson.
Yeah, I agree with that.
God, no. They're not even.
At least you'll be good your first year. You can't promise anything after.
They're not even gonna go in that route.
But just wanted to say that this show is brought to you by SeatGeek. So if you guys are going to a game of some sorts, you need a tailgate for parking passes, or you're going to a concert or an event, SeatGeek has got you covered with $20 off your online ticket order with the promo code Big Blue in the Bronx. Be sure to use it and thank us later.
We use that when we go to the Yankee Pirate game.
Yes.
I mean, those tickets are already dirt cheap. That'll just make it cheaper.
Well, yeah.
Also, I'm sure that would have been very helpful for this game. You see the freaking prices to go to this championship game? It's starting at like $3,000 to sit in the nosebleeds.
Get the hell out of here.
Can we imagine what Super Bowl is going to look like this year?
Oh. Yeah, I don't. Especially if Patrick Mahomes is in it again.
I just found I did find some news just now. Keenan Allen's considered very unlikely to be back with the Bears next season. Will he? The question's now if he will hang it up and call it a career, or if he will try and stay for another season.
I didn't like him in Chicago. I didn't. I don't know. It might be best hanging it up. Maybe like I can't tell if it was just the Bears being inept or just he wasn't the same as he was in Los Angeles.
As we get our look at some celebrities on the field, including Anthony Mackie.
Yes.
All right. Come on, defense.
Notre Dame defense defending in the red zone.
Man in motion to the right. Handoff to the left. And he changes direction, cuts back to the middle of the field. And he's going to be short just about 3 yards there. Judkins with the carry.
Ohio State getting creative.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
2nd and 5.
It's going to be about, I'd say about 2nd and 4. 2nd and 5, yep, about 2nd and mid. Just had to run a guy off the field. They almost had 12 men there.
And
tight end in motion to the left.
Touchdown.
Moving back to the right. Snap. Play action. Checks it down to Jeremiah Smith, who has nobody there to cover him. And it's a touchdown for Ohio State.
Good grief.
Well, they've been saying to get the ball to Jeremiah Smith in any way possible, and they did on that play. I will say that exchange took a while. Howard was not sure if he should give that ball away.
I can't tell who that defender is standing across from, but somebody was yelling for it.
He was screaming. That's
covered.
20. That's either 20 or 29. And nobody was able to pick him up because the assignment was not there. So Jeremiah Smith was just all alone. Nobody even near him.
That was Christian Gray yelling to somebody to get to that assignment.
Yeah, whoever was number 20 or 29 or whatever it was.
Are we heading for a grinded out shootout to the point where we're taking clock but we're scoring possessions on each play? Alex just left because I think either he had to change places where he had to go or his internet clocked out. So just give me 1 second. I'm trying to load up the graphic.
Okay. Screaming on that play was either Ben Morrison or it was Christian Gray.
It was Christian Gray.
It was Christian Gray. Benjamin Morrison's hurt.
That makes sense then. That's why I said it can't be 20. If it's not, if he's hurt, then it's not 20.
Perfect. So, I feel like it's interesting because Ohio State's using more of the passing game. We're more ground and pound, but we're taking a lot of time. Ohio State took the second half of the first quarter and into the second quarter. We took most of the first quarter. So,
And now you got to take most of this second quarter.
Yeah.
You have to do it again. You cannot give that ball back to them.
Especially because who gets ball started the second half? Is it Ohio State?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So you got to kill as much clock as you can, knowing that Ohio State gets it back first. You don't want to have Ohio State have the ball last and risk going down 2 scores.
Exactly. Well, not exactly ideal coming from the defense, especially that the offense gave them a lot of rest and a lot of time to sit before the defense could get on the field. But a lot of creative design from Ohio State, especially Chip Kelly. Give credit to him.
Oh, he deserves a lot of credit. Yeah, this game is just getting very. I don't know. This is going to be tight. This is going to be a tight game, but you
Yes.
cannot make mistakes.
And Sean and I will be on the edge of our seats.
As the
Yes,
resident
sir.
Notre Dame fans here, all 3 of you are.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
What's
me
up?
just playing the part.
Yes, he's playing the role. He's acting as the Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like our color commentator right now. While
Yes.
color commentary to the 3 Irish drunken jerk offs.
let me just say to you guys real quick. I may be repping the Irish, but that's just because I hate Ohio State. If there's ever one
Understandable.
team that I'm loyal to, it's to the team you had to beat to get there.
Yes.
I'll
I don't have
always
any.
be loyal to my dogs.
I don't have any hatred towards Georgia. Actually, I
Not
find
really.
myself rooting for them whenever they face like Bama. But
Can I also just say, going into that game, I said it on day 1. I won't even watch the game because I knew the outcome.
yeah,
I wouldn't even watch it.
I don't
Wait,
blame
somebody
you.
said they could barely hear me. Let me try and adjust here, maybe.
I think you're good for now.
Yeah,
but I just
I
want to
hear
say,
you. This better?
fine.
yeah, that's better.
It's better?
What's
Okay.
up? What's up to Miz? What's up to Brad? We're just about to get started for Notre Dame's second drive. Yes, in the second quarter because it's been a grinded out game this far.
Yep.
Yeah, time of possession: Notre Dame 9:45, Ohio State 6:05. I think I read that right.
Yes.
And the kickoff is off. And that's going to be another touchback.
All right, so let's see what Notre Dame has in store. I want to see if Ohio State has adjusted to the quarterback inside runs a little bit. You're going to have to rely on Riley Leonard to pass a little more. That's just in my
You gotta see what kind of state he's in. A commercial? Why?
Another commercial. This is called We
Uh,
Need Ad Money, people. We
this-
need ad money. Give us
Well,
more, please.
What I was gonna say was we need to see how
My
Riley Leonard
goodness.
does this second drive because if you didn't see it, he did throw up on the sideline.
I did not
No,
see
he
that,
did.
but
He did.
I didn't see that, but he did look a little weary.
Yeah. Hey, I'm okay with Steve Angeli if we got to put him in. I was saying they should have never taken him out, but
We ended up winning anyway.
yeah.
Brian, who was the actor that you mentioned? That was
Anthony Mackie.
yeah. They're just doing a Marvel commercial with him right now. Him and Harrison Ford.
Yes, they are. Yeah, that new movie, Brave New World, is that it?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I got no interest. I haven't watched
neither.
Marvel in Lord knows how long.
Only Marvel movies I care about anymore are the Spider-Man movies. That's it.
I care for none of it. I'm just done. I'd
Well,
rather
this-
watch the dark DC universe at this rate.
Honestly, same. I'm getting into that more and more. Like, I don't know. The problem with Marvel, there's so much garbage mixed in between every freaking movie. Like, you have to watch every stupid TV show and everything. I hear it's all awful.
Brian, this is for you. Miz says, I got my lies on Will Howard. He looks like an NFL quarterback to me.
I think he does too. When I did my scouting report, I made sure to add something very important at the end part because my next one I'm working on is Jalen Milroe at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But for Will Howard, at the end, I said his physical attributes and arm talent give him a strong foundation, while his experience provides a level of poise and adaptability that can't be taught. So, with targeted coaching and a supportive system, he has the potential to grow into a reliable starting quarterback. But his success will depend on the ability to overcome these challenges and maximize those natural talents he has.
Let's say what's
which is
up to my
mostly his
buddy
arm.
Vinny.
What's
Sorry.
up, Vinny? Hope all is well. Great game so far, indeed.
He said he is also going to be a moral supporter of Notre Dame because he hates Ohio State, even though he's a Huskies fan and he saw
Yes.
how Washington did this year.
Just like when with Washington right now, I have no reason to dislike them in any way. Did I
Mhm.
want Detroit to win? Sure, but not for the fans. I wanted the team to win. The
Yeah,
team deserved it. The fans suck. But
I agree.
Washington wins. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Washington being in the Super Bowl. Now
Ryan,
No, I
we,
wouldn't
Ryan,
either.
we just have to hope
Ryan,
it's Buffalo, Washington.
Brian, he was talking about Washington Huskies fan.
I thought he was talking about the Commanders.
No, Huskies.
I guess there's your zone
He's
out.
a
he's
Jets-
a Jet fan.
We got
Vinny's a
zone
Jet
out
fan.
Then we have a zone out.
Yes.
It
Right.
happens. No, I figured that's why I tried to clarify when I said Huskies because there's so many Huskies. Like for all y'all could have interpreted as always a UConn fan.
Mm.
I don't
I
know a
got it.
single one. So
All right, 1st and 10 at the 25. Riley Leonard in shotgun with a running back to his left.
Come on, Riley.
Man in motion to the left. They're showing blitz. They're sending 5.
oh,
Flips it and he misses the touch pass.
Oh,
Sailed that over. It's going to be 2nd and
he's
10.
got to hit that.
He does. That was intended for Bo Collins.
That's a first down if he hits that. Jeez.
yeah,
You
Vinny, we
need
do
that.
feel
Yeah,
sorry
that's the
for
what I'm
you.
talking about. Those little touch passes, you got to hit those.
I know Luca can relate.
Tight end in motion to the right. And the whistle's blowing. Whistle blows. It's going to be a false start.
I get to fuck.
This one's also on Bo Collins.
Shooting ourselves in the foot.
Collins gets hits with a false start on that one. That's going to back him up 5 yards for 2nd and 15.
Come on, guys.
They're going to have to get this vertical game going here.
Actually,
They're
Vinny,
gonna-
we
they're
had to
gonna
all-
have to do that.
We had to all set our TVs behind because we were all on very different points. So
We
you
all
must
are?
be streaming.
Evans in motion to the left. Dropping back.
I'll get rid of
Oh,
it.
he was exposed. He's rolling to the
Riley.
left.
Oh,
In heavy pursuit.
shit.
He throws it completed to the sideline.
flag.
But there's a flag.
Did he catch that? Oh, there's a flag.
He caught it, but a flag is down. It's just short of the first down marker. It would be 3rd
They're
and
gonna
1.
call holding or PI. I'm assuming.
Remain to be seen here.
Ah,
It is holding on the offense.
Jesus Christ.
can't
And it's
have mistakes
Jagasaw, the
like
one we
this.
were worried about. We were worried about Jagasaw on that one.
Yep, you see him lift the jersey a little bit.
Yep. So now 2nd and 25 at the 10. Gonna put a man in the backfield here. Rolling wide. They're handing it off to the left. And that's gonna get you about a yard. Handoff to Price goes almost nowhere. Styles in for the stop.
Yeah, this feels like a throwaway drive. You just gotta hope the defense can step up.
So it's going to be 3rd and 23. There's really not much to do.
Vinny, I think most of Ohio State would agree unless they win.
And the Ohio State fans are showing out and are getting loud. Evans in motion to the left. You got 3 wide. Dropping back. Oh, pressure still coming through. He's got to send it down to Evans, who gets just past the 20 and nowhere near enough yardage for the first down.
Move.
Now we need the defense to really step up.
Now the defense has to hold it down here.
This last 3 minutes of this quarter has already felt longer than the whole first quarter.
Whoever broke around that edge, oh my goodness, 33 for Ohio State.
Jack Sawyer.
Jack Sawyer completely lit up that tackle. He had nothing.
That was some poor ass hand placement by the right tackle.
Yes.
I'll readjust
Awful.
on commercial because I am ahead. So I moved down here and I got the stream thing.
Punt's on its way. Going to be called for fair catch.
That's got to be a
34.
hold, no? I saw that plain sight.
Yeah.
And there's a flag.
That's got to be a hold against Ohio State. I mean,
We're gonna see.
Notre Dame sidelines pointing towards a hold.
It is.
Signaling.
And Ohio State's also looking like, what did we do?
that has to be a hold.
Is this
It is a
more
hold.
refs versus Ohio State Twitter? Crybabies.
And the call is
Yep, holding.
Yep. As I said, holding.
Alex, you're ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Alex, we get it. You're
Did you
5
not
minutes
hear me
ahead.
before? I said I got to readjust because
Well,
down
you
here
weren't
I
on the
got
broadcast here.
What?
You weren't calling it. Brian was.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying.
he's got to adjust his time, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I know. I pick on Alex.
You'll have some time now to adjust. We have just hit the little graphic they're showing for Jeremiah Smith.
See,
And
it's like on and off because
now they just went to commercial.
there's moments I'm ahead of you, and then the fucking stream because ESPN sucks stops.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
get the same issue here. It's been a long time since Ohio State got called for a holding. Can't
Yeah.
remember.
It's like calling Lane Johnson for a false start.
It's crazy. I feel so bad because the DB was calling out still. I keep looking back at the touchdown. DB's calling out saying he's going to be the target. He's going to be the target. Somebody get there. Somebody get there. But he couldn't abandon his assignment. That sucks.
I agree, Chat. Notre Dame defense needs to step up in a big way.
You can't have miscommunications like that again.
No.
And Jack Kaiser, one of their more standout players, has disappointed thus far. Obviously, he missed a few tackles. He missed a few tackles, and he was also being targeted in zone coverage a little bit.
These guys are playing a lot of off-ball. That's what I'm noticing with Notre Dame. They give it a lot of space, a lot of cushion. It's almost like a prevent style. As long as I keep you in front of me, we're good. But that doesn't always work.
So, Brian,
Let's
are you
see.
disappointed that since we talked about coaches before, you disappointed that Tampa Bay has not fired Todd Bowles?
Disappointed would be an understatement.
Hmm.
What am I supposed to expect as a Tampa Bay fan?
I forgot you were a
Disappointment
Bucks
happens.
fan.
Disappointment runs in our blood.
Hey, at least
I
you
don't
got a
care if
ring
you run that.
recently.
Oh, you got a Super Bowl 5 years ago. Yeah, well, it still freaking sucks.
Oh, I agree.
It's just like, oh, the Steelers. They've never had a losing season in how long? They haven't had a losing season in how long? How can you be so disappointed? Because it's the same product every
Year.
Exactly.
Yep. That's why I keep trying to explain to people. It's like, well, how can you hate on Mike Tomlin? Most teams would kill for him. I said, yeah, but how many teams want to just start out 7-2 every year just to finish 9-8 and miss the and get knocked out in the first round or miss the playoffs?
Back from commercial.
Buka,
Yes.
as I said, I apologize because it's fucking laggy as shit.
I'm back from commercial. They're showing the zone coverage stuff from Texas against Jeremiah Smith.
They're essentially doubling him.
That's the only way you can handle him. They made like a triangle system.
The triangle offense.
Triangle defense. That's what it is. When you're playing that kind of zone style, it means if anybody enters the area, you got to be perfect on your toes.
I'm going to put this shit in a different tab.
All right, so 1st and 10.
I agree.
For Ohio State at the 24.
Oh.
Handoff, runs around, and he gets a stiff arm, gets the first down. That's going to be Egbuka, I believe, getting the first down. Wow, was that bad? I think Watts was the one stiff-armed on that play.
That he was coming up with an arm tackle right there. That was poor tackling by the Notre Dame defense.
That should have been better there.
Tomlin.
Expected better from Watts.
Aaron Boone and Mike Tomlin, the best cheerleaders in both their respective games.
And with respect to Watts, I will say, his tackling definitely needed refinement. Because he's been known to be too aggressive. And there's the throw, and he completes it to the sideline. Another quick first down.
So now are they getting beat man-to-man, or is that zone? Because it looked like Howard. First of all, Howard had all day back there. They're not getting pressured. They're sending 4 or 5 rushers. Yeah, there's a bit of a miscommunication with the man coverage. So that's going to lead Ohio State to have another first down.
What's up to Man Cave in the chat?
My goodness, Tate with the good grab, honestly.
Finney's got a good question. We'll get to that.
All right, running back
break.
Motioning, rolling up I formation here. 3 wideouts on the left. There's your handoff.
Bro, how do you miss them?
Henderson breaks through like 3 tackles to go from negative yards to a 3-yard lead.
He broke so many tackles.
D-line is missing a lot of these that they should be getting.
It's out of character.
I'm only slightly ahead now.
We're going to see right here as the snap. You can see it here as the snap takes from Howard. They try to crash through, but 3 guys try and reach, and they just over-pursue when they're falling to the ground. It's a combination of good blocking and just getting too aggressive. A lot of tackling requires patience, and these guys are nervous, so they're trying to move quick.
The fuck happened to Luca?
Egbuka, and he's taken down after only a 2-yard gain.
3rd down.
The fuck happened to Luca?
Yeah, he sees white, which means he's in the upper room. Rest in peace, Luca.
So 3rd and 5 here with 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
Oh, come the fuck on.
Well, you're definitely ahead because the ball hasn't even snapped yet for me.
Me neither.
Travion Henderson, they're sending out to the top of the screen in the slot roll. Takes the snap from an empty backfield, looking all the time in the world, and Howard's going to take it. And he's going to put his head down. That's got to be at least a 15-yard gain there. What a run. The defense takes off. The entire defense went into man-to-man. The linebackers got drawn away. The window was just open all day for Howard to just run through. Great recognition. It's like I said about Howard, that quiet little speed.
Now we're fucking getting bullied.
Every play is chunk. Almost every play.
Fucking 10.
Take the snap, looking. Throws it to the left. Wide open.
Oh my.
Egbuka, and he just puts a shoulder down and gets the first. Sends Christian Gray back. It's another first down for Notre Dame. They sent a safety blitz, but he got thrown off his track. Wow. Wow.
Speechless.
I expected better on that one.
I paused for about 2 seconds, so hopefully I'm in line.
I expected better on that one. My goodness. Reminder that Egbuka has the career record for Ohio State with receptions at 202 now.
I think
and the
somebody called a timeout.
Yeah, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
That's their first of the half.
8:20 left in the half. Where's the commercial break? We got to take commercials for every little stoppage. No, not this time.
It's like I said, that catch from Egbuka now makes him has put him
You have to
with the
rename
most
yourself. Luca.
receptions in the history of Ohio State football.
Oh, there's a commercial. Vinny had 2 questions
Sure.
in this game. I'm just going to read the comment.
Okay.
2 questions in this game to answer to start this game. One, how much man coverage will Notre Dame play since the play it at the highest in the country and can be dangerous with the OSU receivers? I'll let you guys answer that first before I read the second one.
I don't think that. I mean, it kind of even coming into this game, I didn't think they played that much man coverage, and they haven't. So,
And then Vinny's second question: the Ohio State run defense against Notre Dame running game. Wait, hold on. Sorry. To the Ohio State run defense against the Notre Dame running game, since they are one of the best running games.
well, I mean, he's talking about. I think he's talking about Notre Dame's running game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they gotta just gotta be efficient on early downs.
Yeah, again, the Ohio State defense is very good in the run gaps. I mean, you've already seen it already. Last 2 drives, running backs can't get really anything going. You have to rely on your quarterback on design plays. And that's not something you want to have to do. You want to see Love get some plays.
Mm-hmm.
You'll want to see the same thing for Pierce. You want to see them both get active.
I keep saying, too, I'd like for them to give you're all good, Vinny. I keep saying I wish, and this has been going the whole season, I wish they give Price the ball a little more because he can make explosive plays when needed. He's done it before.
And back to his first question, he was talking about with man coverage, how much we played. That's not something you want to do here with Ohio State. I think you need to play zone with them. But I think you can do it. I think you have to vary it. I think if you want to play man on the inside, you can. If you want to play man inside, you can. On the outside, you got to do zones because with guys like Jeremiah Smith and Egbuka's so possession based, and Smith like a firecracker kind of receiver, just speed, intensity, just it's hard to take him down and even catch him. I mean, there's got to be a mix there. You can't run man against a guy like that. You're better off with zone, but with Egbuka, you can handle it. So it's got to be some kind of mix.
Cardale Jones.
Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman winner with Ohio State, is at tonight's game. Along with Joe Montana. I like the Guinness sweatshirt.
Yes, sir.
I like that. Jim Tressel, 2002 BCS champ. Cardale Jones, oh my God, that's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
If you're just naming Cardale Jones now, whoever said it first is way ahead.
I think that was Alex.
Once again, Alex, way too far ahead.
bro, listen. I'm trying to stop this, but you know.
I know. All right, from the 20-yard line, in motion to the left. Will Howard waiting to take the snap. Takes it. Here's the run. Hand off to Judkins, and he's going to get taken down just 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8. They said Velam Wassa was the one with the tackle on that one.
Vinny's providing us with some stats for this. He does work for PFF, so he is a valued source.
That's good.
Trusted source.
Yeah, trusted source.
Trusted source.
All right, empty backfield. Motion. Fakes the handoff. Throws to the right, and he completes it to Egbuka, who's short of the marker, going to go down around the 12-yard line.
Good wrap tackle to prevent him from getting the first down there.
So it's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. You need a stop here. You're going to have to load the box. Make sure you got some man coverage on the outside. That's what you need here.
So he's better under pressure than he's not when he's not under pressure. That's interesting.
And it looks like I don't think they're going to hand it off here. Trying to get him to jump. Takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. Howard gets the first down.
They're just using Notre Dame's playbook.
You had to stack the box, and you did not do that.
What?
In the box area, you had 5 or 6 guys, and none of them were ready for that gap. A lot of credit needs to be given to 67 and the right and the left tackle who were able to set the gears on his right side for him to break through between them and the running back on that block. Reach first and goal here on the 9.
Oh
Handoff.
my!
He's
Oh,
gonna shake off a
Jesus.
tackle. Breakthrough, power through for the touchdown.
What
That was a
stiff
terrible
arm.
tackle by Jordan Clark.
That is 4 tackles that could have been made, and yet Judkins still gets in.
Defense playing
Let's
like
watch
it's
the replay
freaking week
here.
1.
Judkins with a nice cut to the left. Stiff arms 4. Puts his helmet down, plows through 15 to get in the end zone.
It was
So I'm going to
Gina.
get those names. That's Leonard Moore he plowed through, and the person he stiff-armed, I said, was number 4. Which would be Osbury.
Yes, that is a touchdown. Come on,
It
ESPN.
is a clear-as-day touchdown. When he first makes contact, his arm's literally over the white line. I don't want to hear it. You just need,
Scoring
you
drive,
just need to
10
be in
plays.
the end zone.
76
white.
yards.
Notre Dame needs a first drive like they had, but
Setting
God
up for the
knows.
field goal for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's all good. And it's a 14-7 game with 6:15 to go here in the first half.
Now they're just getting outcoached defensively.
That's
Like I
not
said, they're
what you
beating
want.
us at our own game.
Now, again, you said Vinny in the chat brought up another good stat here. I work for PFF. Leonard, when blitzed, has an 81 passer grade. When he's not blitzed, he's 63.7. So that would mean he's a better pass. When he's put in high pressure situations with blitz, he plays better. But the thing is, I do think that he hasn't faced a blitz like Ohio State has this year.
No.
Say what you want about the Georgia defense. They don't not attack at this level. They do not. I mean, again, this can be argued with many people, but Georgia doesn't blitz nearly as often as these guys do. So, I mean, there's just a lot to consider here.
Yeah, I think. Let's see, we got probably 1-2 more drives before halftime, so I'll take that.
And Ohio State doesn't blitz much, but today they are bringing pressure. It's been noticeable. They're sending 5, they're sending 6.
And I think it was a given that we knew that they were going to blitz more today because you got you got such a run-heavy team.
You got a multifaceted run game.
Yeah.
So when you got to worry about the quarterback, you're going to play contain and keep your edge guys ready to go to roll out, and you're also going to have your guy ready to blitz the middle.
I think now you guys are seeing why Vinny was my favorite color commentator
Yeah.
when I worked for the Ferry Hawks. Man's a genius.
Ohio State blitzed at 32.9% rate. That's still a pretty high rate, honestly.
It's also probably select.
Yeah.
Because you could blitz fucking 10% one game and 90% another game and still get it at 50%. So
I think this game I think in the game like this you had to send more. Because these guys are very capable of it.
yeah.
Let's go through some stats real quick of this current game. I know we don't want to do that, but we're going to have to.
Well.
In the current stats so far in this game, Will Howard is 9 of 9 for 82 yards and a touchdown.
So we look like the Shane Bowen defense.
Riley Leonard, 4 of 7, 39. Leonard's also the leading ball carrier with 9 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown. Top receiver so far this afternoon this night is Emeka Egbuka with 4 catches for 33 yards. Travion Henderson also doing pretty good, 4 carries, 26. And according to ESPN, current win probability has Ohio State at 71.5%.
All right.
I took a picture next to that freaking leprechaun.
I say that the line went down to 8.5, but Ohio State's still heavily favored.
Oh yeah, you did take a picture of that leprechaun. I forgot about him.
Yeah, I have it saved.
Looking to.
I also forget.
They
have like 6 different leprechauns. Weird little fact for you guys. They
Yeah.
have like 6 different leprechauns they use for game days.
You're good, Vinny. We appreciate it either way.
And we're preparing
It's
for
gonna be
the kickoff.
touchback.
6:15 to go. You must score on this drive.
Also, Vinny, let me know if you could. I don't know if you're watching or not. Let me know how Monday Night Raw is going. This is like the first time I'm not watching in a while.
And the kick is on the way out of the end zone for a touchback. What, are we scared to let these guys return?
Notre Dame will start at the 25.
That is right. Fuck Trey Young.
Yes,
And
the
LeBron
next
James
one
is at the game, by the way.
Yeah, a little shout out for the NBA people here, fans in the chat. ABC Saturday, we got 3 big games, including the late one, Lakers-Warriors.
Leonard.
Let's go, Knicks. Fuck Trey Young.
Absolutely.
Fuck Embiid.
5-yard gain, by the way, for Riley Leonard.
All right, lining up here. Nine's a man in motion. Snap taken. Hard time getting the clap there, but it's a keeper for Leonard who's going to spin through and get a nice gain there, about 5 yards on that keeper. Took about 4 guys to take him down there.
Showing the comparison from the first drive to the second. 18 plays to 3, 75 yards to 10.
Got to keep those chains moving.
Leonard has 39 yards rushing.
I think it's Tumanalo.
10 attempts.
And so it's 2nd and 5 now. He's clapping, but they're not hearing him. It is so loud that they cannot hear him doing his cadence. And he shakes by, and he has to throw it. He got his ankle wrapped.
I think he threw it before he got down.
Yeah, he got rid of it before he was down.
Tuimalawu is the one in on that tackle. The attempt there that forced him to send it to the ground. And it's again that abuse against Jagsa.
3rd and 5, come on.
He is having a hard time.
Give me a first down here.
No, what are you doing?
And we're waiting here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Motion inside. Snap taken by Leonard. The ball gets away. Picked up by Mitchell Evans, but they're going to lose 4 yards, and it's 4th down.
Should have been a delay of game anyway, but what the fuck? I'm sorry, can I curse?
You're fine. You could curse.
Because the snap comes through, and it makes contact with Evans' arm, which forces a fumble. He has to recover it.
And it'll be tackled at the 19-yard line.
How far ahead are you, Alex?
As I said, I've tried pausing it like 7 fucking times.
It must be automatically like putting you back there.
Vinny, of course they saved the good stuff for tonight. Nice tackle.
All right, Sean. Vinny said that what you're missing on Raw is that Sammy's confronting Kevin Owens.
Yeah, this is the first time in like a year I'm missing Raw for something, and of course they're saving something good for tonight.
Yeah, because they know you're not watching.
Yeah, by the way, Stone Cold showed up.
What, really?
No.
That was pretty.
He was supposed to like 2 weeks ago.
The price is too high for him. We all know that.
Yeah, I know. They wanted him at WrestleMania, but he wouldn't do it. So that's why they got The Undertaker, who also didn't want to do it, but eventually agreed to.
Man. Oh, and there was a match
you had me
between...
set up perfectly there.
Oh, and yeah, New Day had a match against Rey Mysterio. Rey won, and then they attacked him.
Yeah, of course.
New Day attacked him. Of course. All right. First and 10 here from about the 20-yard line.
Nice.
For Ohio State. 4:53 on the clock.
All right, good wrap.
Drop back, quick throw to the sideline, and that is a nice little tackle right there on Jeremiah Smith. Tackle made by Clark.
I think I'm on pace with Sean. I swear, I was just on pace with Brian. Now I jumped ahead of him for some reason.
I just paused it 5 seconds because that's how, when he said 4:53, I was at 48. So I just.
Yeah, right now I'm at 4:32.
Yep, me too. Okay. Me and Brian are on same page.
Yeah, sometimes when it buffers, it doesn't catch up to speed. I'll have to change the links every now and then.
Yeah.
I got like 8 different links to this game.
Hey, give everybody here credit for at least trying to get on the same page.
I do appreciate it. Snap take it's a keeper, and they flip it out to the right, but they're met with nothing but blue jerseys. Henderson made to the sideline.
It's a pivotal 3rd down here.
Great tackle. Those guys were not fooled. They all ran over to the right knowing what was available.
They're learning.
Pivotal third down. Do they go into man coverage or they do their soft shell? I wouldn't
what
do
the
soft
fuck?
shell.
No, you can't do that. My fault, not soft shell, soft shoe. That's what it's called. A lot of teams employ that. Got 3 on the left.
Come on. Get to him.
Dropping
Get
back,
to him.
throws. Completed
How
to
the
the
fuck
marker.
is that wide
He's
open?
got some extra yardage there.
He got his
That's
ass
going to
beat
be
in
about
coverage.
a 20-yard gain. And my goodness, what a play that was. Completed to Brandon Innes. That's going to put Will Howard over 100 yards already in the air. Still has not missed a pass, by the way. 11 of 11.
He didn't flip his hips quick enough.
That's a 19-yard completion for Brandon Innes.
And they were literally ready to get to him.
And he's getting smug with the winks there. Oh, he's feeling it. Moves Henderson to the right. Takes the handoff. Keeps it. Tries to run. He's going down behind the line.
Good shit. Good hit.
Burnham with the tackle.
Oh, really? They're repeating 2 years ago? Interesting.
I love it. There was nowhere for him to go. Let's look at the coverage here. Gray playing to the outside, actually, of Jeremiah Smith. He could have tried for Smith, but Gray's got that nice little quick change of direction there on that first step quickness. Jump that easy. Get the deflection.
Yeah, I thought about it too. But I was
Here's
like,
the
nah.
snap. Pitch it to the right. Henderson running, and he's going to get met and taken down at the 45, just about 7 yards short of the first down marker.
2-minute
And
warning.
we've hit the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 7 when they come back.
Yeah, Vinny, like I said, I thought about it, but I'm like, it's one Raw and SmackDown have been so boring the last couple weeks. But, like I said, it figures. One night I ain't watching.
Yeah, I'm kind of just, I kind of decided for a while I'm just not going to tune into it.
Raw, I've been okay with watching. SmackDown at 3 hours has been so fucking boring. I watched the first 30 minutes and I'm done. I can't do it. I'll just wait till the Rumble.
Well, let me see if I'm missing anything. I mean, let's see.
Brian, real quick for comparison purposes, I've seen somebody compare him to this. Would you consider Will Howard like a Kirk Cousins-esque?
Kirk Cousins-esque? I don't know. Kirk wasn't mobile. He really wasn't. Couldn't run. I don't know if I would say he's a Kirk Cousins. If you want me to compare to, you're talking about, recent quarterbacks that are in the league?
I mean, yeah, somebody made mention of that.
Mobility-wise, I'd say he's on par with, a Trevor Lawrence mobility. You don't see him as a dual threat option.
Right.
But if he rolls out, he'll get some yardage for you. In terms of arm talent and strength, he's up there with some of the top guys. His arm strength, it's there with all of them. But if you're talking about actual performance, results, what I think he'll pan out to, he's got to just get a good coaching staff. Kind of like what happened with when you get the wrong one. Just look at the Jets. How many quarterbacks, get drafted there, end up in the wrong coaching system, they leave, they get into the right one who love their QBs and take care of them, and they end up playing better. Gino. Arnold.
Gino had multiple locations before he went to Seattle.
Yeah, and somehow Seattle got him back on track. Another critical third down. Can Notre Dame's defense get off the field once again? Once again, it'd be the first time tonight.
Yeah.
Good God. What you need is, if you don't get it, if you allow another first down here, it's going to be bad news the rest of this quarter.
Well, especially when you consider Ohio State gets the ball.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The half.
Yeah, you cannot let them continue to drive. What you need is a turnover, I think. Because
we know they can't get it.
Putting the ball back in Riley Leonard's hands will not get the job done.
Yeah, Vinny, you're right. I agree. says Sam turned into a pumpkin in the playoffs.
That's true. He did. You know what also turned into a pumpkin? Brian Flores' defense.
Luca just doesn't stop.
I mean,
Oh, we got a halftime performance. Oh, God, we're going to really drag this game out, aren't we? Well, you know what? Then I'll put on Raw during the halftime break.
If the Irish need a turnover, oh boy, it's gonna be tough to get.
The
All right,
over-under
third
for
and-
this game is 44.5.
Oh man. 3rd and 7, 2 minutes to go. Snap. Howard dropping back, got time in the pocket, delivers, completes it.
Oh,
Innis again with the huge catch near the field goal marker that they would need. They're nearly in field goal range. My
Just
fault.
limit
That
it
was
to a
Tate
field
with
goal,
the
please.
completion, breaking out in front of Gray. My goodness. He rounded that perfectly. Dug his cleat in, rounded out, made it hard for Gray to make up ground and recover and get involved in that play. So it's 1st and 10, about 3 yards outside of field goal range for Ohio State. They drop back. Howard running left. They got his
Nice.
ankles.
good sack.
Timeout Notre
Burn
Dame.
him again. And that's going to be a timeout now for Notre Dame here. 1:25 left on the clock.
Vinny says, yeah, Glenn's defense got fried as well. The coach we want to hire.
Yeah, thank God. I'm reading by Vinny's tone. He doesn't want to hire Aaron Glenn. Another first-time defense coordinator. Gee, how many times have we done that before?
Not many.
Man, what a sack. Joshua Burnham having himself a great game tonight, actually. Probably the only defender having a good game. Two tackles on his own, both for loss, and it's sacks. He's got 2 sacks today. Good for him, man. Good for him. Yards comparison for those who are unable to watch this game. 193 yards for Ohio State compared to 86 for Notre Dame.
and most of that came in the first drive. for
Yep.
Notre Dame.
Jesus.
2nd and 13. They're breaking the huddle. Howard still with 12 straight completions start the game. Still has not thrown an incompletion.
Is that a record? I didn't see that whole thing.
I believe it is a national championship game record. He's dropping back. He's delivering. Completes it again.
Nice
And he gets the first
open.
down. Jeremiah Smith muscling through.
Playing the fucking Swiss cheese defense.
They're inside the 25 with the minute 19 to go.
Defense has been nothing but a bunch of fucking turnstiles.
And it's again the problem I've been saying. You're playing off on him. That's a soft shoe situation. You don't want that kind of coverage on Jeremiah Smith. You got to be on him. You got to press him. You got to disrupt him. You got to use a good outside press man guy. That's what you need, and they don't play that kind of style. And that's going to sink them. So that's 13 consecutive completions. Still without an incompletion this game is Will Howard. Drops back, looking, just throws it up, and it's completed
Oh.
incomplete.
Fuck,
I
if he
spoke
caught
too
that
soon. He's finally an
interception.
incompletion for Will Howard.
That looked like a 50-50 ball that
Watts,
I
Watts
thought
with
went
the
Watts' way.
breakup on that one. Got his hands in there. Oh, that actually could have
That's
been
a
picked.
pick.
That could have
And
been a
he
pick. Henderson played more defense on that one. That really could have been picked. Would have been great if he did, but, I mean, Watts, you can only ask so much of a defender. Of a defensive back. You can only ask so much of him.
well, it was his first incompletion finally. 2nd and 10.
All right, so 2nd and 10, minute 12 on the clock here. Again, just outside the red zone. Howard, pressure in his
Pressure.
face. He's going to
Come on.
roll out, and he's
Oh,
got
my-
room
Gonna get
to
that
run,
Ooh.
and he's going to get the first down, gets taken down
That's what
by
it's been, Vinny. One
27
step forward, 3
for Notre
steps
Dame.
back.
Do they have they employed a spy on this kid at all?
No.
They are not using any kind of spy set here. Minute, they're playing hurry up here. Handing off to Henderson. He's got a lane, and he's going to get
Jeez.
unable to shake off that tackle.
This
He's gonna get
tackling
about
effort
2nd
has
and
been
5 with 50
putrid.
seconds and counting. ripped on his leg on that one. "35 seconds and counting. 2nd and 4. Snap taken low. He's going up to the corner, and a whistle's
Fuck
blown.
was that going?
Whistle.
And a flag. That looks like it could be a false start on Ohio State. We're waiting to see. Is it a false start or is it a timeout?
Timeout, Ohio State.
Yeah, thanks for spoiling.
Alex, you're not doing the commentary.
Well, I'll take it over in the second half then.
Yeah, but then you're going to be ahead of everybody, and there's going to be no fun for us.
yeah,
You acting like I
Ohio
could
State.
change that.
So let Brian do his commentary.
Well, right, but I could pitch in too.
They made a good point. Everybody here's an Irish fan except me.
This is true. He's the only one here that's going to be reasonable. We're just
when have I not been reasonable?
you're a Giants fan, so.
Okay.
You live in La La Land.
Yeah.
So what does that make Luca?
Same thing.
No, I don't live in. I'm not delusional.
Queen
I'm
of the
just
sugar
beaten
plums.
down. I'm just beaten down.
All 4 of us are hugging the bottle about our teams anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Although at least 2 of us actually made the playoffs this year. Let's go, Sean.
Yeah. One and done. Here we come.
Sir, the Todd Bowles way. And the Mike Tomlin way.
And then I'll let Aaron Boone do the same thing to me this year for the Yankees. It's all good.
Oh, I got some baseball stuff to talk about. I mean,
I do.
unbelievable
I
stuff.
can't believe spring training's only a month
heard.
away.
I've heard some unbelievable things with the Yankees right now. I'm there's so much more they could be doing, and they're just basically laying flat.
Yep, I agree.
I wish I could tell you guys how much. It's just unbelievable what they've missed out on because they're waiting for something else.
Jacob's got a good question for you, Brian. So you're going to switch fan bases at halftime?
No. Snap taken by Howard, looking for the opening. He's got no pressure, but he's going to roll it right. Goes across his body. It's a touchdown.
Fucking open.
Judkins again. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. That's the kind of creativity I talk about when I look at Will Howard. He can make any type of throw you need at the NFL level, and that's your example right there.
And great news. They get the ball to start the second half. So,
don't worry, it could be worse. It could be a TCU fan 3 years ago.
Oh my God.
Brian, I guess did
65-7.
Alex and Luca tell you the story about the sports bar we went to with that game down in
We
Florida?
might have, but I don't think it might need to be repeated again.
We're out for the extra point here. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is all good.
So essentially, what happened was we were in Miami for a couple of days, and we went to the sports bar to go watch. Actually, we went to go watch the Knicks, but it was the same night that Georgia and TCU were playing, and we got stuck behind this group of Georgia fans. It was 55-7, and every time they did something good, they cheered like they just scored a touchdown. It was so aggravating.
So annoying.
We actually asked to be moved to go to the other side of the restaurant because they were that fucking annoying.
Yeah, I remember Donald, once he heard the first scream, was like,
He jumped like a cat. He jumped 15 feet in the freaking air.
Yo, I mean, I remember crying when Georgia won their first one.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so happy for them. Like, again, such a long time since they had won. That's why I really want Notre Dame to win. I want you guys to feel what I felt.
The only championship I've ever experienced with a win was a NASCAR championship. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Here goes the kickoff with 27 seconds. They're sending it. It's going out the back of the end zone.
Do you even do anything with 27 seconds, or do you just?
No.
If you're Marcus Freeman, just send Riley Leonard to just tell him to get as far as you can and just toss it.
You got 2 timeouts to work with. You got to try something.
And if Leonard's got the arm strength, hell, do it. Send it. Speaking of which, have you guys scouted him yet or no?
Who?
Have you guys done the scouting report for Riley Leonard yet?
I have. I mentioned in the pre-show. I said his deep accuracy is a bit questionable.
First
I like
drive,
Well,
Notre
you're gonna
Dame
need
had
that.
75 yards. The last 2, -4.
You know who Notre Dame needed? They needed a real winner. Real quarterback with an established history.
Steve
He transferred to the
Angeli.
wrong school. It's Carson Beck.
No.
"Get the fuck out of here."
I want Steve
And they get the
Angeli.
handoff going to the left, and they're just going to run this clock out. About an 8-yard gain. And it's looking like Notre Dame's going to be fine with what they're doing now. They're just going to run this clock out and go to
This is
halftime.
stupid.
They're down
10
2
seconds here.
touchdowns.
6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and winding, and that's halftime.
That was stupid.
21-7, folks.
Robert Saleh time
21-7.
management. I would have done something there. I would have
You
tried
had to
something.
try something because, again, Ohio State's going to get.
You're
the
down
ball
2
back.
touchdowns.
They score a touchdown in the first drive of next half. It's over.
Freeman's talking real quick.
Huh?
Freeman's talking.
Yeah. I agree, Rye. Put in Joe Montana.
We need to put Jeter in at quarterback. We need the luck of
Kelly.
Jeter.
He said, okay, so Freeman basically just said, we're being uncharacteristic. We're not doing what we should be doing. We need to go back to playing that aggressive style.
You can control that. You're the head coach.
And he also said, they're nervous. He said the moment should not be too big for them. He said, but they're playing almost like they are. He says, we need to settle down. He said, we played a little man. They've beaten us in man. We played a little zone. They've beaten us in zone. He says, we have to go back to what's gotten us this far.
How about you tackle?
No, I don't need to hear cookie cutter shit from the head coach. Who does he think he is, Robert Saleh?
Well, what do we got to wait now? 45 minutes till the start of the second half?
Let's go. So, yep. Well, let's go ahead and let's go through these comments a little bit here. Let's start with Jacob. Jacob said, Brian, are you referring to the Yankees-Bregman situation? No, actually, I'm not. There's a different situation. I'm not going to speak on it, but let's just say their top priority, they're still trying to make a way to make it work. There's a lot of conversation on it. And if it goes through, I don't think the Yankees fans are going to be very happy with the outcome. But they've been it's been constantly fluid and flexible for the last couple weeks.
I just hate how other fan bases that are not in this game, they're talking shit on Notre Dame.
It's funny. It really is. Let's
Fucking
see, what else?
Rutgers.
Bro,
The
Rutgers
wheels have
ain't
already
shit.
fallen off. Congrats, LeBron. This is your championship this year because you sure ain't winning.
No, the
this year
Lakers
on
ain't winning shit this year.
No.
No, they're not. Let's see. To be fair, UGA has been closer to being national championship caliber than Notre Dame has.
Well, yeah.
You're right. That's absolutely true. But, I mean, Notre Dame is closest I think they've had to a championship caliber team in a while. A good while. Every other time they've ever made the CFP, they've just fallen flat.
Brian Kelly effect.
Mm-hmm. Listen, talk all you want about Marcus Freeman. He's done more than Kelly ever did.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see what else there is. Their defense hasn't given up 3 touchdowns all year. That is correct. And that's a little crazy. They haven't done that probably in a single half all year. So that just tells you how terrible it is that Ohio State's playing this well. Jose says, I hate both those teams. Fight on.
What's up, Jose?
Thanks, Jose.
He's a West Coast fan. I guess I'm going to take a guess and say he's a USC fan.
Yeah. I'm going to guess that's the case, too. And then, Jacob, did y'all think Santander was an overpay?
I didn't really want Santander.
I didn't
I
either.
kind of did, but I knew the pay was going to be a little high for him.
How much was he paid?
He got a
92.5
5-year
over
contract.
5.
Way over, big overpay.
The problem is already, I've also looked into the details. I went through this with a friend the other day. Can I just say the Yankees, in terms of lefties, they have almost nothing in their entire team next year?
Yeah.
They don't. They really don't. I looked through everything.
I mean, they got Bellinger,
listen,
but that's about it.
The lineup's all right. You got 4 potential lefties. You got 2 dedicated and 2 switchers. And then you look in the bullpen. We don't have a single bullpen arm that's left-handed. None. You look through the roster. We have no left-handed relievers.
Excuse me. Could have had Tanner Scott.
Yeah, and then guess what happens? He ends up a Dodger. Oh, this team.
Well, after last year, my expectations from now on are just going to be on the floor. I don't know. I have no reason to believe in this team because I keep saying as long as Aaron Boone's the manager, as long as Cashman's still there, it's nothing's gonna change.
And Hal doesn't care. Hal doesn't care.
Hal doesn't care.
Every year, like
everybody's
this,
still going to show up to the games and take the money.
of course, that's
Keep giving
one.
the money to 'em.
And they'll spend a little money. They obviously spent on Goldschmidt, which I think is a mistake. They could have spent on Teoscar Hernandez, put him in center, trade for Bellinger to put him at first, and then you could have went from there. But no,
You still need a second or third baseman.
no, right, absolutely.
Well,
Obviously,
second baseman would be Jazz. They already said he's going back to second. My problem is what they did with first base with bringing in Goldschmidt. I would have rather seen Rizzo come back than them bring in friggin' Goldschmidt. I still wanted
disagree.
Walker. Well, I wanted Walker, but that
So did I.
that obviously
2013.
they got cheap.
But they didn't want to lose a draft pick. That's
yeah, that's what it was. They also as well. Hal, in my opinion, doesn't want to go over the luxury tax, which is $300 million. That's been a consistent theme. That's in my opinion.
Jacob brought up a good name, John King from the St. Louis Cardinals. Good lefty, not bad. I mean,
Yeah.
up until literally today, I was looking at the idea of a reunion with Chase and Shreve, but he got signed.
Yeah, Shreve.
I forgot about him.
Shreve's still young enough; you could work with that arm still.
No, I wouldn't be able to. He hasn't been in the major leagues consistently. And how many times are we going
There's
to
a
have
lot
these?
of guys the Yankees could have had, but
How many times are we going to have these pitchers that are these? Oh yeah, Cashman. He find like Clay Holmes or a this guy or that guy, and they're never like power pitchers. We need that. We don't have it.
Now back to the Senior Bowl stuff we were talking about earlier in the first quarter. I want to go back to that real quick.
Okay.
We talked about the staff that they've announced for the game.
Mhm.
So we mentioned Kafka's one. He's a head coach for this game. Let me give you guys the names of the others that you may have been interested in.
Okay.
Joel
So-
Thomas, the Giants running back coach, is the
On-
OC.
Well, thank you for letting me
It's
run.
my team, so I
Mhm.
can.
I know. Okay. For the national team, it's Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka. On his staff for the national, he's going to have his offensive coordinator, which will be Packers passing game coordinator Jason Vrabel. For defensive coordinator, it's the Browns D-line coach Jaquez Cesare. And for the special teams coordinator, that'll be the Titans coaching assistant Perry Carter. On the American side, the head coach will be the Browns assistant head coach and special teams coordinator Bubba Ventrone. And on his staff, they're going to have offensive coordinator being Giants running backs coach Joel Thomas. The defensive coordinator being Matt Rake, which is the Colts senior assistant D-line coach. And on the special teams side for coordinator, it's the 49ers special teams quality control coach, August Mangan. That is
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Jacob, yeah, he does want Glenn as head coach.
Shut your mouth, Alex.
Hmm.
I do not want Aaron Glenn as my head coach. I've said it how many freaking times. I do not want a defensive guy as head coach. The New York Jets do not know how to score points. And how many of their last hires in this century alone have been defensive? Al Groh, Herman Edwards, Eric Mangini, Rex Ryan. The fact that we interviewed him is a clown show in itself. Todd,
He did not get invited back.
no, of course, they have to please him, or else it'll look bad. Because that's all the Jets care about is freaking optics.
Dude, it's so
Todd
funny.
Bowles, as Brian's mentioned, and Robert Saleh. We have the one guy and this is for the people who say, oh, it's not about the offensive side of the ball, or this and the third. They say, oh, the last time the Jets went offensive, they hired Adam Gase because you picked the wrong one. You had Todd Monken as a finalist. You had Mike McCarthy. You also had Cliff Kingsbury and Matt Rule as options.
Yeah, here's Brian. Maybe
No,
you'll-
I would not be okay with Aaron Glenn as head coach.
Brian, maybe you'll agree with me. Maybe you'll disagree with me. But this is just to piss off Luca.
Oh, swear to God.
Who are
Why
the
is
Jets?
everybody picking on Luca?
Who are the Jets? No, who are the Jets to snub their nose at Mike Tomlin?
Oh my God, I'm not getting into this. I already explained it to Sean. Sean agrees with me 100%. Mike Tomlin is a good coach.
He's not a great coach.
In case you don't know, Alex, when was the last time Mike Tomlin won a playoff game? It was before Patrick Mahomes was even drafted.
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
He beat the Alex Smith Kansas City Chiefs. Tomlin has not evolved with the rest of the league. There's a lot of coaches in the AFC that passed him by. Sean McDermott. Let's see here. John
You're right,
Harbaugh.
Benny.
You have Andy Reid. You have
Kevin
Jim
O'Connell.
Oh, but what's that?
I said Kevin O'Connell could have
Kevin O'Connell.
realistically
I
been
would
an
say
option.
more so in the AFC, Brian.
Oh.
But let's look at the coaches. Let's start with the West. Harbaugh and Reed. Also Sean Payton. In the let's go to the South. You got DeMeco Ryans as a defensive guy. As a defensive guy, I tell you.
Shane Steichen.
Steichen. You also, we're also talking about playoff appearances too. You got
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor went to a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow. Also as well, John Harbaugh. Kevin Stefanski won a playoff game against the Steelers in that wild card game, which Sean does not want to remember.
Don't remind him.
I use it as an
And
example
let's
too. So
point
it's
this
fine.
out, right? Let's point this out. The 2018 divisional round. A team led by Blake Bortles, Leonard Fournette, and the
Vinny,
Saxonville
you'd still
defense.
be one and done. Vinny, you'd still be one and done. That's the problem. Luca's
Yeah,
thinking
thank
bigger.
you, Vinny.
Luca's thinking bigger. He
I'm-
does not want to just go.
You eventually want to
okay.
win a Super Bowl. That's my argument. Like, our expectations have to be higher. Would I throw a fit if Tomlin was the coach? No. But you know what? He's not as great as everybody says he is. He is.
I mean,
I'll say this. Brian knows this. He's Doc Rivers with a better PR team across the NFL. Like,
Isn't
Mike
that what you
McCarthy.
said?
Mike McCarthy gets a lot of flack, but Mike Tomlin is like, oh, look what he does with the roster every year. You know, he hasn't had a quarterback since Big Ben. Well, you know
Hey,
what?
I got a
The Steelers
question.
have never bottomed out to get their quarterback. Who was their quarterback? Kenny Pickett a draft?
I got a question. This one's kind of more for Alex.
Hi.
I don't know if you watched Utree's video on the Steelers, their congratulations video.
congratulations.
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 So he said that Tomlin's not the main problem, though. He said it's also Art Rooney. He's Dan, like everything that wasn't great about Dan, and he's too damn cheap. He said he's become our John Mara. Do you agree?
Well, obviously, there's so many intricacies where I could say you are like wrong or right, because usually after 3-14 you fucking fire everybody. And we didn't fire everybody. We fired 2 assistants. So, in the way
Vinny's
like
right
he's
about
John
that.
Mara, the only thing I would say is like maybe he's, what's the word? It's when it's not content with losing, complacent.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. So maybe it runs in the family.
Hey, maybe-
Obviously,
Do you think we'll eventually stoop down to medium Pepsi level?
not yet. Not
and
yet.
here's the
Steelers fans still go to games.
of
That is
course.
true, and we still
And-
go. We still, you know what? That's the thing. I still give credit to Steeler fans. I think we've just accepted that we're just going to be a winning season type of team, and that's it. We still travel. I already said to Luca, we're going to Steelers Jets next year.
I really don't want to go. I really don't want to.
Vinny, you're
Vin-
invited.
listen,
We're going to
listen,
the Steelers Jets in New York
Vinny,
next
for
year.
most of what he's saying, he's absolutely right. It starts with ownership. Woody Johnson does not want to pay a coach. That's why he goes after these first-time defensive guys, and he never goes after somebody established. He had the chance to hire Jim Harbaugh last year, could have fired Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas. He did not do that. He could have hired Mike Vrabel last year. He did not do that. He does not want to pay somebody established. He never has. That's the issue. But with the Tomlin thing, also look at his staff hires on the offensive side of the ball. Look at on Twitter. There's a great video about it. Look at the way how Mike Tomlin handled Bruce Arians. Fired him. I think it was after 2010 or 2011, and he hasn't been back to the Super Bowl since. Todd Haley had success for a couple of years, and also as well, Mike Tomlin did not get the most out of that Killer Bees era. Let's call it what it is. And it's not like, to be fair, it's not like he's great at managing personalities. Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown,
Marcus
Chase
Lee-
Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster,
George Pickens,
Deontay Johnson,
Martavis Bryant.
Martavis Bryant.
Meanwhile, I do think that Pickens is going to be gone. Just giving you guys a heads up.
It sounds like he's gone. It sounds like the Steelers are ready.
These are all good wide receivers the Steelers have drafted. They have a nose for the wide receiver position.
They have a terrible nose for character.
Exactly.
Well, because I said to one of my customers is a Steelers fan. I said, you know what it kind of is with the character issues is You know, the one thing that we know the Steelers have been great for is turning nobody wide receivers into somebodies.
Right.
The problem is you feel like that inflates their ego to a
Mhm.
point to where that's like Antonio Brown was like a 6th-round pick or something
Yeah.
like that. You know, inflated ego. I mean, granted, I think he probably had that beforehand anyway, but that's just what it feels like is when they pick up these nobody receivers, they ain't picking up any humble ones. That's for damn sure. They always pick up the nobody. They turn into somebody, and the problem is their ego goes through the damn roof.
Just
Armin
look at
with a great
Deontay
stat.
Johnson.
Since 2010, the AFC title game, which the Jets lost to the Steelers, Tomlin is 3-10 in the playoffs.
Yes. And you got one of those wins came without a touchdown. Don't forget
That's
that
still
last
crazy.
playoff
That's
game
still
we won
crazy.
against the Chiefs. We won 18-16 off 6 field
That's
goals.
right.
My gosh.
And
Deontay
as-
Johnson.
Okay, I want to bring this up real quick since we're on the
Okay.
topic of head coaches. Since we're talking head coaches, let's look at the Jets real quick because I have a whole updated list that gets updated every hour with head coaching updates. So let's start with this.
Good.
The Jets had Bill Belichick on their radar, who showed interest, but the meeting was never scheduled, obviously. Joe Brady is still scheduled to interview.
Apparently,
Brian-
per U Stadium, Brian, I hate to interrupt, he told him to F off.
Okay, so then
Nice.
he's out of the question, but it said he's currently set. He was set to interview.
Right. I agree.
Flores interviewed already. Glenn is getting a second interview. That'll be tomorrow. Brian Greasy was requested from the 49ers quarterbacks coach, and he
And-
declined it.
Mhm.
Halfley interviewed already, the Packers D coordinator. Vance Joseph interviewed, the Broncos defensive coordinator. The head coach of Maryland, Mike Loxley. Don't ask
That
me
was
why.
dumb. That was
Yeah.
dumb.
They were
I'm
horrible
pretty sure,
this
again,
year.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not knocking on the guy's experience or anything. Because of how outlandish it is, it comes off as if it was almost just part of the Rooney Rule deal.
I want to mention something Vinny brought up. He said he doesn't think AB was his fault because of the Burfict hit. AB was a head case before Burfict.
Didn't he? Yeah,
Don't
kick
let-
somebody in the face beforehand.
Well, there's that, but no.
That was
What
Spencer Lanning.
the example that I give is Troy Polamalu said in an interview he used to beg Tomlin for contact practices just so he could hit AB. So I think that AB has been a head case long before Burfict. I think Burfict just made it worse. So I hear that a lot. That's
Well,
typically
I'll say this as well. I find it pretty hilarious that all the defenses that got shit on, like Brian Flores, Jeff Halfley, Vance Joseph, those guys are getting interviews from the Jets.
Speaking of which, I'm going to continue here because there's still way more.
Yeah,
Josh McCown, the Vikings quarterbacks coach,
I
he
want
got
him.
interviewed.
I want McCown.
Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy
Yeah.
interviewed already. Ron Rivera interviewed.
Yeah.
Darren Rizzi, the interim head coach for the Saints this year,
Yeah.
interviewed.
Luca's having a
Rex
stroke
Ryan, we
right
all
now.
know, interviewed.
Yeah.
Bobby Slowick, the offensive coordinator for the Texans,
I
he
wouldn't mind
interviewed.
Slowick.
Alex, if you ever make a soundboard, just make it of Luca's sounds.
Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs defensive coordinator, interviewed.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith, the Steelers offensive coordinator, he
Yeah.
interviewed. Ulbrich did interview, but he ended up being hired as the Falcons defensive coordinator.
Okay, that was going to happen.
They did interview Mike Vrabel, but ultimately he signed with the Patriots.
Yeah, he
And
used
then
the
there's
Jets for
Joe Witt,
leverage.
the Commanders defensive coordinator.
Which fans want to run him out of town, which is funny.
Joe Witt? Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they did just have a very awful showing against Detroit. But that's a whole summary of the Jets setup right now.
Yeah, it's a terrible search. It is 100% terrible.
Meanwhile,
For
the
those who
Jaguars,
may be
Jaguars are
asking-
doing a much better job.
To keep
I'm looking
it
at the names
within-
on their list, and it's all great.
To keep it within the theme of this being Notre Dame, Ohio State, Marcus Freeman said he never considered the NFL, so I don't know where anybody was getting that from.
But don't worry, you're still not as bad as the Cowboys.
Yeah,
You
that
guys
is.
want to know what the Cowboys interviewed? This
Oh,
will be your
Saleh.
comedy of the week, Alex. Bill Belichick, who had mutual interest, it says mutual interest would have existed if the job was available
I remember
The
that.
Giants?
for the Cowboys.
Oh.
Leslie Frazier interviewed, which is
Ooh.
assistant head coach of the Seahawks. Aaron Glenn has been mentioned as a candidate. Cliff Kingsbury has been mentioned as a candidate, but he won't interview until after the season's done. Kellen Moore has been interviewed, the Eagles offensive coordinator.
He was
Frontrunner,
with
maybe?
the Cowboys OC job for a while too. if I
Robert
remember
Saleh
correctly.
interviewed for the job. Deion Sanders, there's been discussions commenced and no deal is expected. And then there's Jason Witten, who's considered a possible strong contender, who's currently a head coach at a high school. That is what they're working with.
Evan, you don't have to apologize. You don't have to apologize.
I'm just saying. Go ahead, Luca. Finish what you were saying.
And I was going to say one last thing. To Vinny's point, there's two things. There's no one in there that's great or good. You're absolutely right. The Jets picked a shitty firm and a shitty list. The fact that Liam Cohen, Todd Monken, or Cliff Kingsbury are not on that list is reprehensible.
And
Same thing for
interviewed by the Jaguars.
yeah, right. Same thing for Mike McCarthy. I would have at least interviewed him. I would have at least interviewed John Gruden if you're going to sit here and try to interview Rex Ryan, which is BS. Saul be hired as the Jags coach because no one wants to work with Balky. Yeah, Balky. The fact that they didn't clean house over this is ridiculous. But Vinny says he doesn't want McCown. Understandable. But I think McCown it's like one of those things where I think McCown will be the hot coordinator next year. I want the Jets to be a year early. Swing for the fences. They don't do that.
I think Spagnuolo would actually be a really great head coach this time around, but I just don't know which team would need him.
He's also like 63.
He also hasn't coached since 2011. I wouldn't take a chance.
He was coaching the Rams at the time, I think, right?
Yeah, that was with Sam Bradford.
That was right before Jeff Fisher or right after?
Yeah.
Before.
Right before Jeff Fisher, yeah. So, I mean, in the Jaguar search, I could probably see Cohen going to them or being Aaron Glenn or Joe Brady, one of those three. And Saleh. I forgot about Saleh. Holy crap, I forgot about Saleh. But it would be interesting. I could see Robert Saleh ended up doing the Cowboys, doing an interview with them. And then let's see the Saints. Any major ones for the Saints that are different? Dolphins defensive coordinator. That's kind of dumb. But
Anthony
he's got a
Weaver.
second
Very.
interview now.
Mike Kafka.
Did Kafka get interviewed? Yeah, he did. He got an interview and he's going to get a second one.
Second one.
So the 2 second interviews for the Saints are is Aaron Glenn, Mike Kafka, and Anthony Weaver.
I'm hoping the Jets hire Aaron Glenn so they get Mike Kafka and we get picks.
And it's funny because Kingsbury's getting requested for different jobs to interview for, and because he won't interview until after the season's over, they have to wait, and the jobs
Alex,
may cut down by them.
do you like trolling me or something? Do you like getting me angry?
Yes, he does. Your brothers. What do you think that answer is going to be?
The answer is you're always going to get under each other's skins.
Yes.
Good. You know what? I hope the Giants start out 0-7 this year. First of all, I'll say this.
Good.
No. Hold on. There's a caveat. The Giants don't draft a quarterback this year. They start out 0-7. They win 5 of the next however many games, and they miss out on a potential franchise quarterback.
Who is going to be the
His
quarterback?
name being Arch Manning.
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
Arch Manning, Drew Allar, Garrett Nussmeier.
They should get Drew
I already heard my
Aller.
reports on him. On the
Fuck
reports
Drew
on
Aller.
Arch. Arch is
He
going to be a
stinks.
top 5 pick next year. If he declares, he'll be a top 5 pick.
Who?
Arch.
We'll see.
He's expected. The team's been looking at him since he was in high school. Trust me, he'll be a top 5. There's no way around it.
You know what would be even better is if Arch does
Dude
end up
would
being
have
the
to
number.
completely shatter his leg.
See, what would be amazing is if Arch is the number 1 overall pick and the Giants come one loss short of the number 1 pick.
Or if the Jets end up sucking next year and they end up
And they
drafting
get
Arch
him.
Manning.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
So he stays in New York. But he
I
plays
think
for
the
the
Giants
New
are
York
taking
team.
their quarterback this year. That's just me.
All
I think so too,
Third
but-
quarter, they're already back from halftime. We're going to have to wait for kickoff.
Yeah, I'm looking at Fowler and Herb Street.
I like this one
I'm
too.
not. I'm looking at the different breakdowns of the man in zone
Me
coverage,
too.
how they've navigated it.
I hope the Giants make the playoffs with Tommy Cutlets next year.
I wouldn't
off.
hate that because I'm Italian, so I want the Italian stallion to win. We're Irish tonight, but we're also still Italian. I saw that too,
Vinny with the scary thought. Giants are going to sign Russell Wilson. Now I'm seeing Herb Street and
I mean, to be fair,
Fowler.
Wilson does like New York. Remember, he was a Yankee.
Yeah, he was a Yankee. I'll
And-
call for a little bit and I'll toss it back to Brian.
Thank you.
I'll delay my
Appreciate it.
I'll delay my call a little bit because I know you guys are behind and I can't
just
switch
saw the
shit.
kickoff.
By the way, now I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. But yeah, as I said, the Giants, I don't think they're gonna. I mean, they'll draft a QB. I wouldn't dislike Russell Wilson, but
Well, that's weird. That what just happened.
what?
So the kickoff goes away, and Ohio State catches it at the 5,
Yeah,
and
it's
they
a
don't
fair
take
catch.
it. They just gave up. They called it a fair catch, which
Yeah,
means they're
it
going to get
gets-
it at the 25.
Yeah, I think it's a dumb rule, but
That is really dumb.
Clean
Remember
or
that one
safety.
playoff game in the NFL when the ball bounced into the end zone after making contact with somebody, and it was picked up by the defense, and they wouldn't give him the touchdown?
Howard takes the snap, throws it, incomplete.
Okay, good start. Good start. We like that. We like that.
I got to see it now.
Pass
Yeah, now I
broken
gotta
up
see it.
by Leonard Moore.
Leonard Moore with that one. That's good. He didn't do too well in the first half.
Vinny, I don't know if you were poking fun at
Ooh,
Luca
that was
or
nearly a
Alex. 'Cause
jump.
Luca's the Jet fan. Alex is the Giant fan. Alex, the one with the white shamrock or white.
I got the blue background, which should
Yeah.
be telling.
They're
I got the
twins,
hats.
so I can understand if you got them mixed up.
So that's the first thing. And funny, that's an incompletion.
Yep.
We start the second half with an incompletion from Howard.
Good.
Do we get a
And
Jekyll and
off.
Hyde moment?
Big gain.
Never
Going to
mind.
the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30, going inside the 20, inside the 10, down to the 5 fucking yard line. Judkins with a huge carry.
Let's see this play. They put the man in motion.
Oh,
put him in,
Jesus
motion. He
Christ.
takes it, breaks out to the right. There was nobody there. Nobody could catch him with the blazing speed.
I don't like to
It
drink.
took
fucking
15 to
horrible.
show up and take him down.
I don't like to drink the night before I have to go to work tomorrow, but right now it's starting to become a serious consideration.
15 with the
I
tackle.
feel like
on
I'm
that
watching the
one.
Yankees World Series all over again.
This feels like Game 5.
It does feel like Game 5.
Had control and then completely shit the bed.
Leonard Moore was the one on the tackle there.
I'm going to have to hear the popping joke. Timeout, Ohio State.
Yeah, this is game over.
What can
Sorry,
they call
guys.
timeout? Oh, I have no time left. They score here, I think it's over.
Yeah. Now we're going to be the punchline. I mean,
we
I'm
lived
happy
up to our stereotype just a couple weeks too late.
Yeah. I'm happy for Notre Dame that they made it here. I don't believe in moral victories. I'm not a Jet fan, but as far as that goes, I mean, I'm happier for them more than the Yankees.
Oh,
I'm not.
great. The jokes are in. Josiah Johnson with some really good memes every single football game. He just put a caption of Notre Dame opting out of the national championship game versus Ohio State, and it's the scene from Rudy where they all throw their jerseys down at the coach's desk.
As I said, the fucking speed factor.
Alex, there's time to change the stream around to just big boys. The
Boys in the Big Apple.
Boys in the Big Apple. Yeah, there's still time.
Yeah, they're just taking forever here. They just keep showing that replay.
Well, because ESPN wants to milk every fucking second they can out of this.
But you can't lie. That
And
was an
off.
incredible run from Judkins.
Judkins, a yard and a half.
That's what he gained, or that's where he ended up?
No, it's a yard and a half
gained.
gain.
Okay, so he gained a yard and a half. Let's see. But did they stop? Where did he run? Inside?
It was like it was supposed to be a misdirection, but there was some good edge setting, so he had to come back inside.
Oh, yeah. I could see. Pile of bodies. Could not navigate that.
I said this in the fucking pregame. The speed factor beats Notre Dame every fucking time.
But they have speed in the linebacker and secondary.
Yeah,
That's
this
what you-
game it
that's
did not
what you
show
would
that.
think.
Anybody know what
Henderson in the
channel
back.
Michigan and Northern Illinois is on?
Howard's gonna keep it to the 2-yard line, closer to the 1. I think
Looks
1
like
or
Giants
2.
fans are already
Jacob.
asking to get Judkins in the draft.
What the
Giants
hell
should
is
draft
Judkins?
Judkins.
Is he like a? I probably have it up somewhere.
I was going to say, is he even eligible?
Judkins Jr.
He could declare.
Yeah. I formation. Give off to Judkins. Walk-in touchdown.
That's his third touchdown of the game. 3 now for
The guy I was
Judkins
worried
tonight.
about was fucking Travian Henderson.
Who's got whiskey?
And the other guy is the one to worry about. Henderson was technically the starter, right?
Yeah,
Or was it
that's
more
what I
of a committee
thought.
setting? Well, it looks like Judkins just put his name out there today. That is quite literally his third touchdown of the game. He has 1 receiving and 2 rushing. Unbelievable. With that touchdown, Ohio State now has a 96.5% chance of winning the national championship.
Looks like Al Golden's not getting any defensive coordinator shots in the NFL anytime soon because his defense is being fucking outcoached.
Getting
He's being
absolutely
penetrated,
obliterated,
actually.
crushed. manhandled, whatever the words there are.
That's the problem with Notre Dame is they're too much of an old timey team.
And now I have to deal with the freaking crazy Ohio State fans on Twitter. Ohio State is a bully. Michigan woke up the beast.
No, I
The hell
don't. I
does
don't
Michigan gotta do
listen.
with
I don't.
this?
I'm not surrounded too much by fucking Ohio State fans to say that. I just say fucking all the people now are gonna be,
And now
fucking-
they're
just don't
posting
wanna hear
pictures of
shit.
touchdown Jesus with his eyes, with his hands covering his eyes.
I just don't want to hear shit from Penn State fans because, again, Brian, if you don't know, I live in Pennsylvania, so I put up with jackass Philadelphia fans every day and Penn State fans, and I don't want to hear
Oh, you
shit
have
from
it
none of
rough.
them. Nothing. Because Penn State, but know damn well that if they made this game, they'd be getting shit on too.
I can't.
See, this is idiotic. Marlon Humphrey says that Alabama should be playing instead of Notre Dame.
Bro, get the fuck out of here.
Did we
I
see?
knew
Did we
that was
see?
coming.
Did we see Jalen Milroe have 3 fumbles against Wink's defense? Come on.
Apparently, I heard too during one of the broadcasts for the presidential inauguration, whatever how the fuck you say it.
Inauguration.
Somebody called in saying
Why
complaining
Alabama's
about-
not in the fucking
Yeah.
playoffs?
One of my
Isn't that what
favorite-
we were tired of, though?
Yes. The problem is you can't make anybody happy with this playoff format. Everybody wants the 12 most deserving teams, yet those deserving teams, those underdogs like Indiana and SMU, they both got shit on. So do we want the 12 best or the 12 most deserving? You can't make nobody happy.
Something interesting I'm reading here, some good points in the comments. Penn State was already beaten by Notre Dame, so that shouldn't matter. But what I find annoying in all this is there are some fan bases I truly hate in college.
I'll be right
football.
back.
Okay. My number one will always and forever be Alabama. Alabama is the most annoying of any other fan base you could find in football.
I'm sure
Like,
they
nothing beats Alabama fans.
To me, it's Rutgers. It's Rutgers and Penn State.
Rutgers is not that bad.
In the Rutgers fans I've seen, they act like this shit don't stink.
It depends, because every Rutgers fans I've seen are just acknowledging the fact that their team is never ever going to be good.
Well, when they got Coach Schiano back, it was all fucking horses and flowers.
That means nothing. Great, you generated some NFL talent. Doesn't mean you're going to pan out. I mean, it's just
No.
annoying. What's the other one I'm
Because
thinking of?
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm going to throw this in the mix because they're fucking Jersey people. That's why.
Okay, I hear you.
Listen, Brian was born in Florida and grew up mostly in New York, so he shouldn't take offense to that.
Now I'm just going to add this too. I'm going to add this in. The 2 other fan bases are Ohio State and Michigan in that order. Ohio State, Michigan. I wish the stadium blows up. But not actually. If I had to pick, I'd pick Michigan. I can tolerate Michigan fans enough.
Yeah.
They have never really been too much of a problem to me. It's the Ohio State fans and the Alabama fans that have bothered me for the longest time. Now, if they were to win this game tonight, this would be the second time that Ohio State has won a national championship in the first year of new football playoff rules. Because they did it with Ezekiel Elliott back in 2015 when they first did it. They beat
That's
Oregon.
right with
to do
Urban
that.
Meyer.
They beat Oregon.
So I think you guys read this earlier, maybe not. Dennis Allen is supposed to be the Bears' defensive coordinator.
It's good. That's a good hire.
It's a good hire. Yeah, he's not meant to be a head coach, but he's a good defensive coordinator. He really is. He deserves his respect. I know he was a Saint, but as a Bucs fan, I'll be honest and transparent.
Yeah.
All right, we're back on the field here now.
Oh yeah, let me see what we got.
The
Call this
kickoff just
boring
happened.
ass Drive. Oh yeah, fucking missed that part talking about this shit. Anyway, Leonard drops back, looks, fires under pressure, incomplete.
Okay.
Just put in Steve Angeli. Might as well.
Play Steve Angeli. Angeli actually interviewed for a job too.
Interviewed for a job.
For a head
Steve
coach.
Angeli's the backup quarterback of Notre Dame.
Oh wait, no, there's a name I saw that was supposed to be a Sorry, there was a name I saw that was on the list for head coach doctor. It said Angeli at the end or something like that. Unless I got it wrong.
Excuse me. Leonard takes a snap and they're running the football down 21 points. Gain of 2.
I gotta go look at that list again. I'm sorry. I must have read something different.
Probably some Italian name. Third down and 8.
If it's a tie.
Very, very telling 3rd down and 8, guys. I hope you guys are getting excited.
Woohoo.
I feel like I'm watching the Giants get their ass beat by the Eagles again in the fucking playoffs.
Nope, I just didn't have the right name in general. Okay, there was nothing even close to that.
Mitchell Evans in motion. Leonard takes a snap. Leonard got to get it off. Throws it. Complete and short of the first down by about a yard. Catch made by Jordan Faison. And they probably should go for it, knowing that. Are they punting down fucking 21?
Man.
My God, Luca, please tell me who our head coach is. You there, Luca?
I think he froze again.
No, I know what he does.
They're faking it. Oh my God!
No shot they're doing a fake. No shot. Are they?
They fucking dropped it.
Holy shit,
They
he was
did.
open too.
He throws it. Oh my gosh! You just gave him the game.
What a
You
bunch
gave
of
him the
fucking
game
assholes.
right in their hands. He dropped it, and it gave him the game.
What a bunch of assholes, seriously.
Are we
There's
sure
no
Mark
hope for
Andrews-
me there's no hope for me in sports anymore.
Are we sure that Mark Andrews is you know,
You
the
might
most
be
hated
playing.
man in America right now?
He might be playing for Notre Dame right now.
Well, let's see how good of a throw. It was a really good throw, honestly. That was 100% catchable.
Why not just fucking go for 4th down?
Faison should have had that. Oh my gosh, that was all in his hands.
Now comes the blowout.
Let's
Even
see.
more so.
Little tidbit here. The record for most picks in a single NFL draft belongs to Georgia with 15 in 2022. Realistically, there could be 16 for Ohio State this year. Let me know you want me to take over commentary because it looks like everybody's in dead spirits now.
I'm gonna give it this last drive, and then that will probably be it for my fucking talk.
And it's going to turn into, unsolicited rage.
No, I think we've already passed that.
It's apathy at
It's
this
just the
point.
reality of when is the acceptance going to come in, which
Will Howard with a
When they
keeper and a
score.
first down.
Bro, this defense fucking quit.
Luca, what's the term Jonathan uses
Um,
to
I don't
describe
know.
this? Describing a team or describing this defense.
Alex, I don't know right now.
They're bitch made.
Yeah, they are. Where's the picture that morphs Marcus Freeman into Robert Saleh? We all know who. What's the phrase?
We all know who's pulling the strings or behind the curtain.
No. They are who he is. They are who we thought we were. They are who we thought. With that fucking phrase from Dennis Green, I can't think of it right now.
Gave her about 5 for Travion Henderson.
Jesus.
I will say this. In the industry that we are all pursuing to an extent of sports broadcasting or sports journalism, but broadcasting more light. If you're calling any game in college football and it looks like this, like if you're having a fucking Alabama Mercer game, you really have to know how to keep the conversation.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what they're trained to do. I mean, you're giving talking points here and there, but the hardest part is trying to keep the people invested. I mean, with us, it's different because we can just interact with whoever's watching, but for them, I've called a lot of baseball games like that. Trust me when I say it literally just turns into a freaking podcast.
I'm sure Vinny knows about it too.
Yeah, if Vinny's still here, we've got plenty of games that we have watched that have turned into complete duds.
I have a feeling Ohio State's going to get held to a field goal here.
That's going to be our
holding, I
fucking.
think. Yeah, we'll seal it. But either that or they'll get a big chunk play here.
Well, let's see what happened.
Holding. You ripped
Yeah,
him.
it's a
There you
obvious
go.
hold.
Back them up. That's good.
I don't want to be this type of douche, but
it's like Marcus Freeman's obviously getting badly outcoached by Ryan Day. It almost seems like I don't want to be as I said, I want to be this douche that Marcus Freeman's let the reason that Notre Dame won was because James Franklin fell on his face and so did freaking Drew Aller.
Yeah, Vinny, we called a lot of blowouts, but nothing will ever beat that last stretch of games we had when they got hot right before the playoffs. And then they just collapsed at the end, but we weren't there for that.
I mean, we deserve the clownery, but at the same time, some of these fan bases talking is interesting.
It's unfreaking believable.
Rutgers.
Bro, the fact that Rutgers fans are even considering talking right now is pathetic. Like, what has Rutgers accomplished in the last however many years?
They always get beat down by the best teams in the Big Ten.
Oh, that should have been a touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the last time Notre Dame and Rutgers played, didn't Notre Dame win in the Pinstripe Bowl? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow, he missed that easy throw. It's got to be a field goal now.
Well, yeah, that was third down. That should have been a touchdown.
Howard's pissed, but that's what I'm talking about. It goes back to my scouting report. Sometimes he's a little inconsistent on his deep ball, so he misses out on the big plays when you really need them the most, and that was your example right there.
Yeah, I don't know what's so good about being a Rutgers fan.
Field goal is good.
Oh, Sean, I forgot to tell you.
Yes.
They just confirmed something on Raw that for Saturday night's main event, the next one, they're going to have Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley for the title.
I'm not surprised because I saw the video. Nia Jax jumped Rhea in the backstage, which I don't really care for that match. I don't care for Nia's in general.
Doesn't add up to me because she should be going after Tiffany.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
But again, it's only just for a little main event thing. It's not even really a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought I like the idea of the Saturday night main event, but I was hoping for more out of it. Like I was expecting more of something like what the first Raw on Netflix was. To me, it just feels like a glorified house show. I mean, it's a cool nostalgia thing, but I don't see it lasting long.
Roxanne intervened tonight in one of the matches.
I figured that as such. I'll tell you what, though, the Royal Rumble's looking fantastic this year. I mean, we got Roman, Cena, Ray, and Seth, and all. I can't wait for the Rumble.
Me too. I love the Royal Rumble. It's always my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, no,
it's like getting to see all the legends come back.
Yes, although I don't think anything's gonna be able to top last year. Last year was like.
No, last year was pretty good.
Last
I don't know
year
if it
was
the
unbeaten.
best. It was pretty good, but I don't know if it was the best.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Booker T to show up out of nowhere.
I agree, Vinny. I hate that they announced her coming back. It would have been the pop would have been so much better.
They got to have one legend pop back in. They always do it every time.
Yeah.
I feel like this time around, something's just screaming at me. It's going to be AJ.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I'd love if there's any
That
time
would
for her to
be
do it. This is the
amazing.
most reasonable time.
Yes.
Best time now. There won't be another storyline that will fit better than right now.
Yes, I agree.
She's
And the
got to get
same
all
thing
her
with
daughters in check.
Alexa Bliss coming back too.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait because the
They
women's
haven't talked
division
about her
is
at all. They haven't talked about her at all.
yeah. Yeah, that's perfect setup too. And I mean, the women's division, it hasn't been bad, but it's just been missing something without Charlotte and Alexa. Oh, I can't wait for when they come back. And then if AJ gets involved, it's gonna be a completely different ball game. At least AJ won't be that same character she was when she was first there, if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
The men's rumble will be interesting too. I don't know what stops they'll pull out. I highly doubt Brock Lesnar showing up. Not until
Which is
all
a
the
shame.
case
I
and
miss
stuff is
Brock.
cleared.
I
Not
miss
until he's
Brock.
cleared.
Well, I thought he was cleared. I thought they
Nah,
dropped the
it's
last.
still getting battled.
Oh, it's still getting battled.
His name hasn't been fully pulled out yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Also,
do you think? I know we're going off topic because this is a football stream, but do you believe the report saying that Rock is done, or do you think he still kind of makes a surprise at the Rumble and
He's
he's
going to
just
appear at the
hiding
Rumble.
something?
He's going to put himself in the Rumble. I'm calling
Something
it.
telling me he did that babyface thing on purpose. He's throwing us some sort of curveball. I don't know. My hope is that he eliminates Roman from the Rumble,
Mhm.
so that it leads to Rock and Roman. But I still have some doubts, but we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the women's is going to be better than the men's this year.
Yeah, I think so
Just like
too.
last year.
I think both will be good. I think both are gonna be good though.
Let's just see what the men can bring out for surprises. But until then, we're about to have our kickoff again. 31-7 is the score. Not looking good for Notre Dame. Would you like me to take over at this point, Alex?
Yeah, why not?
All right. And the kick is on its
Commercial.
way. This one's going to be going right out the end zone once again for a touchback.
I have a question for Sean, and that's was there anything interesting that happened the night that we were supposed to go to Long Island?
What?
You remember in
No.
December?
Are you talking about main event?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean no, we were talking about going to main event. We didn't go because I had some personal things to take
Well, no.
care of. But
I was saying, did anything? I forget. Did anything like was it
actually,
good?
the most exciting part of that show was when the show ended, because that's when Cody Rhodes was left on a stretcher, but that wasn't shown on TV.
Leonard takes the snap and drives up the middle for a 5-yard gain. Going to be 2nd and 5.
Notre Dame doesn't even have half the yards that they had on that first drive. That's sad.
Well, yeah, we're running our offense like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, don't resort Notre Dame to some offensive slurs like that.
I mean, it could be worse. He could have been comparing them to the Giants or the Jets.
Snap from the empty set, completed short, and that's going to be a quick first down. Nice job on the screen call there. But they're going to need to pick up the pace if they want to get back in this. They're down about 24 points.
Still 3 scores, but
3 scores if you get 3 2-point
Jeremiah
conversions.
Love has been shut down. 3 yards all night.
Power running game, my ass.
All right, empty set again. Man in motion to the right. Put in the backfield, 24. That should be Pierce. Taking the snap, looking. Pressure coming from the right. Throws on the move. Completed to Bo Collins. Gets close to the first down marker. He's going to be just short around the 46-yard line for Notre Dame.
By the way, Brian, on an off-topic note, I ordered my light for the Senior Bowl, the
Okay.
handheld. It's coming tomorrow, and it gives me 300 minutes of light until charge. So
Sick. That's great. It's what we need.
When is the Senior Bowl game?
not this
Handoff
coming Saturday,
taken
but
at the
the
middle,
following.
and he's met by 2 Ohio State linemen.
The
He's gonna
following.
maybe
Yeah.
get a yard.
I would say I'll be in New York that weekend. I won't even see it.
I'm just counting my days till Christmas.
You got a long way to go, buddy.
Not literally Christmas.
You got a long way to go.
5:47 and
Oh
counting
my.
here in the third quarter. They got 3 men lined up at the top. Man in motion, Evans. Back to the middle and then back to the left side. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. He's going to get taken down at the 35. That is a massive, massive loss.
I'm waiting for Leonard to check himself out of the game and be like, nah, screw this. I got the NFL draft coming up.
Oh, he got blasted up the gap. And there was no way he could get out of the blitz. They were not prepared for it.
Just saying, if that was Patrick Mahomes, there'd be 15 different flags coming in and a suspension.
They
and a
fired
massive
both
fine.
linebackers around the middle in, and the running back was not able to pick up the block on the blitzing Mike, and that's how Leonard goes down.
Flag. That should have been a flag.
Well, now 3rd and 19 with under 5 minutes to go here in the third. He's going to have to toss this. He's going to get sacked again, but he gets it out, and he completes it, but it's knocked away, and there's your flag. Intended for Mitchell Evans, but this is certainly going to be against Ohio State.
I think my TV reset me because I was right on line with you, and now I'm way ahead.
And that's going to be pass interference on number 1 for Ohio State. Oh, that's not good for them.
Davison and motion. or some shit like that.
Igbinosun.
Agree-
Davison
Thank you.
Igbinosun.
Just putting it out there. If Notre Dame does score a touchdown, they have to go for 2.
That's
I do want
probably
to
right.
say, no matter how this game turned out, how the CFP turned out as a whole, the 12-team system definitely works. It's way more entertaining.
I agree.
I think so too.
Because think
I
about
think-
it, if we would have stuck with the 4-team, the teams that would have won would have never been in it.
Well, I still think they need to do
Complete
something
it to the right
over.
side towards the sideline. He's going to go out just about 4 yards short, 2nd and 4.
I think the seeding just needs to change a little bit because there's no reason Boise State should have had a bye. I'm sorry, they just shouldn't.
But you got to definitely have the top 4 division winners. I mean, conference winners. You have to.
Yeah, but from the group of 5, though, I mean, I can understand for the Power 4, but I don't know. Boise State
you
really
can make
didn't.
a Power 5. It just the 5th conference can be cycled every year depending on strength of schedule.
Yeah, well,
Snap.
had they not destroyed the Pac-12, we
Keeper
wouldn't have
for
had
Leonard. Going to
wouldn't
be
have had
near
this
the marker, but he's
conversation.
probably short. Could be about 3rd and inches here. It would be very nice. I think that's a great concept for them. They're just chewing clock again. Even with a touchdown here,
Yeah.
you're still down.
2 scores if they get the 2.
Yeah, because you'll still be down about 16 if you get the 2-point conversion. Yeah. Not good at all. Not good at all. All right, 3rd and 1. Man in motion to left. Snap taken direct to Leonard, who gets a lane. He's going to break out to the right and get just about 5 yards on that, but it is enough for the first down.
RG3 tweeted, "Lesson for college football: spend $20 million on your roster."
Yes, they did. They spent $20 million in NIL.
Vinny, I agree. This is literally why I'm
Snap,
CFB
thrown.
25.
Oh, really handsy play, but there's no flag for pass interference there. Great coverage play.
With every dynasty mode I have in college football
Thomas.
25, I remake the Pac-12.
Jaden Thomas was unable to come down with that one. Some great coverage there from the Ohio State defense. So 2nd and 10 with 3:13 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Oh,
Got some receivers lined up on top. Evans motioned back across the side. Back to the opposite sideline. Snap taken, looking. Going to the left, completed. Spins out of a tackle. He's running out to the left. He's at the 10, breaking out. He's going to find his way to the end zone. It is a touchdown for Notre Dame.
Jaden Greathouse.
Jaden Greathouse.
That's not a nice house. It's a great house.
Oh, yeah, that's a great house. Great house call, too. Let's take a look at this play again.
He reminds me
down
of Robbie
inside.
Anderson.
Slips right off the tackle. Great spin move to avoid the second guy running in, trying to convert speed to power to wrap up and get him down. Able to break out of it and make his nice run downfield. And they're going to line up to go for 2 here with 3:03 left in the 3rd.
Oh, I ran the Ben Roethlisberger shovel pass.
So we're in a trio set. This is probably going to be a screenplay to the right. Nope, they're going to motion 6 back and send him across.
Oof.
Here it goes. And he's going to pitch it inside, and that is a great play call.
That's
Jeremiah Love gets the 2-point conversion there.
Big Ben
well
and Juju
done.
had perfected that.
That was very creative. I love that. What a call.
I like that.
Well done. Watching that throw again. Shook off the tackle, spun out of another guy pursuing, and just broke out. Amazing play by Greathouse there. That yak.
Now, if only the
That
defense
yak.
could wake up.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the problem. I would have a little more faith in a comeback if the defense, actually played well, but they haven't.
That was also Greathouse's first catch of the game. Go figure.
You know, a turnover would be nice.
That
That'd
would
be
actually be
amazing.
super helpful. Turnover makes this much more realistic for a comeback. Let's see who missed the tackles on those. 24 was one name I saw who ended up wrapping him up. That would be Jermaine Matthews Jr. He's the one who ended up taking him down. The one he shook off was 34,
Vinny, I agree. He just needs
which
to
would
stay
be
healthy.
Bakari Miles Jr., the freshman from Westchester, Ohio. And there's another guy that slipped out of it. Was it I think number 2? That's Caleb Downs. Safety. Wow. So a lot of the guys who were in on that play were freshmen and sophomores. That explains why Greathouse got away the way he did.
Hey, Brian, there's a CM Punk had this to say on Raw tonight. He said, if you put Hulk Hogan in the Royal Rumble, I'll throw his dusty ass over the top rope and I'll kill Hulkamania once and for all.
Yeah, because everybody's done with Hulk. Did you see what happened when he was in
Oh, that was painful to watch.
That was a painful watch. I was like, why do you keep employing him for these appearances?
Secondhand embarrassment, I felt it the whole time. Like they wouldn't even let him speak.
It reminds me of that one clip from with Brock Lesnar. Looking at somebody going, "Party's over, Grandpa."
Yeah, I was thinking more like when Roman Reigns was a babyface, and remember after he beat the Undertaker, they wouldn't let him talk. That's what it felt like.
Someone said the real question now begins: can Notre Dame actually stop Ohio State?
We haven't.
You got one
They have
stop.
to prove it.
You got one close stop, but you keep shooting yourselves in the foot. If you can limit the errors, you guys can stop them.
And learn to tackle again.
Now you got the Giants fan, the really annoying one on X, saying, "How's Wink Martindale guy doing?" Really annoying. I know who he is. He's freaking annoying as ever. You probably know him if you're on Giants Twitter, Alex.
Well, what's his at?
I don't even have to say his at. I'll say his name. You'll know who it is. Zane.
Ah, yes.
This is not Zane. Is his handle. That dude is one of the most annoying Giants Twitter people I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
I 1,000 times over, I'm gonna sit here and campaign for Wink Martindale. Shane Bowen stinks. Fucking stinks. Jacob, I don't want to spend too many assets on a running back, but if Cam Skatibo was in the mid rounds.
Speaking of the Russell Wilson talk we had earlier, Russell Wilson, the article just came out about asking if he's a good match for the QB needy Giants.
I mean,
problem is there's really no pieces around him.
So it is an option, apparently, I guess.
Does he really want to come into a situation where the fucking head coach and GM might get fucking fired?
Well, it'll only
Kicks
be a
on its
1-year
way,
deal.
and it's going to be another touchback. Ohio State gets at the 25.
I hope y'all realize he's not going to be cheap, and they go to commercial. What the fuck?
Once again, commercial. Thank you, guys. They got to hit their ad breaks. That's what I'm guessing.
You'd think it was a friggin' Super Bowl.
It kind of is. It kind of is for college football.
Like I said, Alex, I don't think you realize he wants a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not giving him that much. You know who's going to go to Pittsburgh? Sam Darnold.
He'd succeed until the first round.
Yeah, get his ass beat by whoever.
Yeah, it'd probably be Buffalo or Kansas City.
This is a
Fuck,
great
we going
question.
to commercial for?
This is a great question. Actually, I want to see what you guys think. All right, we're gonna make this sports related only. Nothing politics. None of that.
Understood.
You just got voted in as the president. What's your first executive order? In a sports sense, what's your first
Taking away all blackouts?
There you go. Get rid of all media blackouts. Okay.
Oh, that's tough. Oakland gets their sports teams back.
All of them?
Yes.
So you're talking the Warriors go back.
Warriors,
you're talking the Raiders go back.
And Athletics. Give Oakland their sports teams back.
What do you do? Give them a hockey team too?
Well, no, I'm just talking the 3 teams that left. Give Oakland their sports back. I'll fund the stadium myself. If I had money, if I had the money, I would pay for those stadiums myself.
I'd also look to get rid of the cheap owners in the MLB. I'd force them to sell because that's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Because you got the Pirates cutting costs and you got the Dodgers spending like there's no tomorrow.
We should also abolish the Mets.
Abolish the Mets?
Just abolish the Mets.
That's not going to happen. Listen, roster-wise and coaching-wise, management-wise, they're better than the Yankees right now, and you can't deny that. They just are.
I'm not going to argue because honestly, you're probably right.
I said it last year. We made the World Series, but we had a pretty easy path there.
Well, we had a cupcake. It was
we were in a cupcake league.
Yeah.
But now let me ask Luca, what would you do First executive order if you're president, sports related.
Well, Vinny already took my idea of firing Woody Johnson, so I'd move the Jets back to New York and build them a stadium in Queens.
What about the
Ooh, where would
Giants?
you put him in Queens?
I mean, you could realistically, if you want to make it a sports like mega area, you got
Mhm.
Citi Field, you got the stadium for NYCFC. I would put them in that area.
Okay, so kind of like where the old junkyards used to be, where they built City.
Yeah.
Oh, the unused area. Okay, yeah, that's not
That's
bad.
You can make
probably
that-
the only realistic place you could put it, unless you give them Upper West Side, the West Side Stadium, but then you'd have to deal with Dolan.
Wait,
And
so you
don't-
don't want to put the stadium in Manhattan like they proposed all those years ago?
Well, I mean, Manhattan wouldn't be a bad idea, but here's the problem. A lot of
Interesting.
people would bitch and moan.
Well, the problem is their core fan base is in Queens.
And Long
Yeah.
Island.
Oh, definitely. You could put them in Long Island. It's what they did with the Islanders, but it made sense why, because they were called the
Yeah.
Islanders. All right, we're back. 3:03 here in the third. 1st and 10 for Will Howard and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Snap taken. Fakes the handoff, throws it across the middle, and completes it to Egbuka for about a 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain. Quickly taken down by Moore. Well, we're looking at a list of the highest win percentage by head coaches with the minimum 50 FBS games played. Walter Camp holds that record with Yale and Stanford at 924. Newt Rockney at 2 with 882, and Ryan Day is at number 3 with Ohio State.
No, Vinny, they're talking about Upper West Side Stadium, where they had the proposed stadium. I don't remember the exact area.
It's a
I just-
keeper, and he's going to get taken down right before he reaches the first down marker. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 here. If the Irish can get a stop here, they'll get the ball back before the end of the third quarter. They could stuff them right here. But they'll probably run a play action and go ahead and get something more vertical. It's what they've been doing to get ahead of Notre Dame anyway. They're challenging them with speed. But they're not. They're lining up for a push. And Howard got it. Lined up for a QB sneak. While I wait for the next one, let me bring up also some of the responses from you guys. You guys said first thing you do is draft Hunter and sign Justin Fields. That's one I heard. How about no? We could start with that. What's another one? Legalize betting everywhere. Well, there's still limits there, but yeah, I like that. That's not a bad one.
Everyone went for 3.
I formation here. Got a little strong side on the right, and the run is actually going to go across the middle. Henderson gets about 2-3 yards there. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Likelihood is that they could get a stop, but it's going to take it past the third quarter. Oh, Sawyer sitting on the sideline waiting for his opportunity to get back out there. I will say this. If you're Notre Dame, you cannot let them drive. You cannot let them eat the clock.
It's gonna be
You
3rd
can't
down.
let them get towards the end zone. If they get in even in field goal range, you're
Here
done.
we go.
Here it is. Play action.
Oh,
Here they come. Throws it out. Incomplete to the left side.
There's a flag.
But
Oh,
they have
Jesus.
a flag on the field. There's laundry, people. Remember what I said about the self-inflicted mistakes?
They call roughing the passer.
I'd like to see the replay on this one, actually. I don't know if that's roughing. Who's that one against?
Odin.
Odin. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, pushed. Are you kidding me? I've never seen a quarterback sell the way he just did. That dude just basically said, I'm going to go ragdoll. Unbelievable. But that's either way, it's called roughing because of the impact. So now they're just past midfield for a 1st and 10. You have to stop them here. If they get the first, they're in field goal range. Okay.
When can we hit the referees?
They take that ball to the left side, but they're met by bodies, and they get about 2 or 3 yards on that. So it'll be about 2nd and 7 for Ohio State as we're reaching the end of the third quarter.
Here's a question to propose to y'all. This is baseball related. Someone said the Yankees should monopolize the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rican baseball pool like the Dodgers have with Japanese players.
That's actually really good
I
concept.
do like that idea. Also, yeah, Vinny, to kind of cap off on the whole West Side Stadium thing, the Jets did try it. The problem is James Dolan put a stop to it. He didn't want any competition for the Garden. They had the Olympics set to be there and everything, but Dolan.
And the Speaker of the House in New York City, what you would call, also rejected it. But here's the thing, though. Like, I get where you guys going. I would have loved West Side Stadium, take the train to every Jet game instead of going through the city into Jersey. The Jersey people would be complaining.
Fuck Jersey.
I feel like that'd be more of a Giants problem. Like if the Giants
That would be a Giants problem, but
they want to go to New York. The problem is,
and I'm not getting political here. I'm just saying, a lot of people would like if that were to happen today. A lot of people would bitch because of the congestion pricing.
Well, it depends on where you put them. Like if they put them in the Bronx, then that's not really an issue.
Right.
But if you put them in Brooklyn
the Bronx,
or
fucking Columbia
Staten
University,
Island, Manhattan, wouldn't work.
Although, let me say this too. Unless you take the Giants and Jets and you make them city owned. Because at that point, they wouldn't need the congestion pricing. The money would come from the team.
No, but wait.
Yes, but Woody Johnson is too cheap.
And he's a Jersey guy anyway.
Oh, you don't got to tell me. You see how many hospitals are out here that are in his name? Yeah.
Brian, I agree with that.
For the record, some of the lowest rated hospitals, and we won't go that far.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that.
I believe you.
You got to his working with his hospital system is like trying to find the needle in a haystack that'll actually give you proper, correct care and preventative care. And that's impossible.
Listen, we all know what Woody Johnson is. He's a cheapskate.
Yeah, you can go. Don't we forget? Didn't his baby oil end up with Diddy? Johnson & Johnson, baby.
Yeah.
So now that we're waiting for the fourth quarter here, I mean, there is one. I do have an idea. So I found a game online that I started playing a lot for the NFL. It's really cool. It's good for draft prep. There's a game called Draftle. You guys ever played it before?
I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
No.
So essentially, it's just trying to guess the player based off who they were drafted to. Essentially. Right. So it's only active players, but it's based off of who they were drafted to, and you have to figure out who the player is. I got to tell you, it's so freaking difficult. I think you guys should give it a try. It's like you got to name 8 players. You get 8 guesses. What do we think?
Sounds interesting.
Sure.
Okay. Oh,
honestly, if this game becomes more of a runaway, then maybe we'll spend the rest of the game doing that.
We probably should. If they score another touchdown here, I'm just gonna stop calling the game.
Brad, but then where would you move the Mets to? Where would the Mets go? Bless you. Because most Mets fans are in Queens. Granted, I know they're all over New York, but
Marcus Freeman with the quick little interview here.
Yes, ESPN has time for ads and Marcus Freeman interviews.
He said we need to get a stop here. We need to prioritize that. He talked about the penalty, and he says if we want any chance of staying alive in this game, we need to get a stop here, and that's our number one priority.
Turnover would loom large here.
Turnover would
Notre Dame has not touched the ball at all.
He is right about one thing. I'll give him respect for one thing. He's focusing at this one play at a time. He's not planning ahead.
Are you
which can be good or bad.
Shitting me?
I'm still what? I haven't got there yet. All right, empty backfield. Henderson in motion. Fake pitch. Send it to Egbuka, who's got a lane. He's going to get the first down. Jukes inside of the right. He's got a bunch chasing him. He's going to go down around the 10, and the ball's loose. It's on the ground. And it's Notre Dame football.
I got to see a replay. I got to see a replay to get me happy.
I think it's a fumble.
It looks like a fumble, but they're going to have to review this and confirm it.
Down. His knee was not.
His knee was
down.
not down.
That was a Watt style punch out.
I'm waiting to see it. I'll see it for myself. I
Yep, that's a
appreciate you
fumble.
guys. Let's see.
I'm not getting.
Here
real
comes
good.
the punch.
I'm not
Yep, that
getting
is
real
right
good.
before the knee. Who was on the punch? Number 34.
I got you, Brian.
looking at it.
Drake Bowen.
Drake Bowen with the punch out, the sophomore from St. John, Indiana. Oh my goodness, he just made a career play there. If Notre Dame comes back, we're going to look back at that moment and point to that as the reason, as the start. What a great, great play. You also have to watch that shin. If any part of that leg grazes before that ball comes loose.
Ball's loose already.
All right, right
I
there.
love
Yep.
this.
It's almost bang, bang, but it's a fumble.
Someone said on Twitter, Riley Leonard, get ready to learn some Taysom Hill, buddy.
He could be a good tight
I
end.
could see that.
That is what we said. We love that. We love that. We love that. You literally just said it. They needed a turnover.
Yeah.
All right, they finished review. Here's the call.
Stands.
The ruling stands. It's a fumble. Notre Dame football, I think around the 20 that was.
Yeah, 21.
So it's almost like you just got a touchback.
That is their 33rd takeaway of the season.
And now watch. Ohio State's going to scream.
offense.
He was clearly down. All
yeah,
right.
his
Riley Leonard's on the
shoelace.
field. Evans in motion to the left side of the set.
Go, come on.
Another receiver in motion. Hands it off. And they're running, and it's a good ankle tackle. Caleb Downs with the wrap on that one. My goodness.
I'm wondering the same thing, Vinny.
Jordan Faison was the one who took the carry on that one. Only got about 2 yards. So 2nd and 9. You have to throw here. Leonard drops back. Pressure. Forcing him out to the right. Taking his time. Shuffling. Has to throw it to the sideline. He rolled out too early. He didn't have to. Exactly. So when he makes his cutout to the right to roll out of the pocket, when he really could have waited a little longer, all the receivers were breaking to the left after running all to the right side. So he completely botched that. On 3rd and 9, they're going to need a big completion here.
They're 3 for 8.
Number
on
5's in
third.
motion to the right side outside. Takes a snap.
Oh,
Pressure coming.
Oh,
5-man
shit.
rush.
What a catch.
Throwing down the middle. Completed. That's got to be Greathouse. That's
Yes.
Greathouse again. Right around midfield. Their first down for Notre Dame. There is life in these Irish. They won't stop fighting. Just past midfield around the Ohio State 48. 1st and 10, 13:42 on the clock.
Throw it.
Dropping back, looking, pressure coming, has to roll out to his left, looking off balance, throws it,
There's
and
a
it's
flag.
over the head.
It's again.
But we
See
got
what
a
it's against.
flag on the field once
Come on, be
again,
in the secondary.
and it's looking like it's going to be on
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State. They're going to give a first down to Notre Dame here. Automatic first down. My goodness, that holding is on
hold.
number 1, which I believe for them would be Davison Igbinison. That is is like his second big penalty of the game. My goodness. That is absolute
Come on, Notre
holding.
Dame.
Oh, what are we doing?
Man in motion inside to the right side of the line. Dropping back. Here comes the pressure. He throws it, but it's not enough. He's met in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss about 4 or 5 yards.
I would have dropped that, honestly, on purpose.
I would have threw that away. That's a throwaway play. It's going to be 2nd and 15 now. Oh, my goodness. Greathouse is still on the sideline, still catching his breath there. 13 minutes and counting in this game remaining. 2nd and 14 from the 42 of Ohio State. Here's a snap. Leonard's going to take it himself. He's got some blockers, but only to gain a couple yards back. Not a great play call there. 3rd and 12 on the way.
You do that on 2nd and short, not 2nd and long.
Yeah, you don't do that. That's a wasted play at that point. So now you're in this situation. You have to get closer. A field goal is going to do nothing for you here. A field goal, honestly, it actually might. If you can trust your defense to get one more stop, getting a field goal here would be okay. But you got to get close to that first down.
I just
Empty
want
backfield. Leonard drops, throws to his right, completes it towards Evans, who goes out of bounds short of the marker. They're going to say he's about 5 yards short, just shy of the 30. And they have a decision to make here. They kick the field goal, they can go for it with just under 12 to go.
I just
I
want to
say
know
you
what
go
fucking
for it.
dumb dick called a QB draw on 2nd and long.
It's definitely not Freeman. Freeman did not call that. I know Freeman would not call that. And they're going for it on 4th and 5. They got a one-on-one advantage on the top right. If he doesn't get safety support, that's where you have to throw. He
It's
takes the
one-on-one on
snap.
the
Here comes the
bottom.
pressure off the left. He completes it for the first down to Jaden Greathouse again. They're already in field goal range, safely in field goal range. They just need to play it smart. They're going to put that ball down at the 22-yard line. They are just outside the red zone here. Motion inning on the
Vinny.
right. Leonard looking immediately to his right, completes again to the sideline. That's Greathouse again. He is becoming Leonard's favorite and probably only target right now.
Feed the hot hand.
You might as well ride it. Go for it. And I'm lagging.
That's good. You were getting ahead of me. I've been trying to time it up this whole drive,
Yeah, just
and you
lagged
got
for
ahead of me. So
Ah, fuck. Okay, all right. That's good.
All right, so then you're ahead of me, whoever just made that noise.
Alex has always been ahead of us.
Well,
Second
no,
and 4.
I've just kept quiet because I know that, you know.
2nd and 4, motion to the left. 3 men lined up in a trio set. Stepping back, looking, pressure. Goes up to the right left corner, and it's knocked away.
Flag.
Hands
Flag.
on him, and there's a flag. That's a flag in the end zone. They're going to call it on Burke. They're going to call it on Denzel Burke. If that's in the end zone, they'll
Defense.
place it on the 1.
No, it's 15 yards, I think, right? Because it's college.
Yeah, I think they do half distance. if I
That
remember
is a
correctly,
holding.
or 10
It's
yards.
automatic first down, and I think you're right. It's half the distance.
And I think defensive holding is 10 yards, right?
I think so.
Yes.
It's supposed to be 10 yards. So it's technically half the distance already.
First and
So
goal. That's fine.
Come on, douche dicks.
here we go. You're not helping me with this play call, man. With this game call.
That's
Thanks,
not making
Alex.
it easy.
You're hurting me. Watching the matchup again, I mean, my goodness, there was more on the right side too against Collins.
Fucking morons.
Greathouse in motion towards the inside set, and I have no idea what just happened because
run
my
play by
whole
Leonard.
feed just
Fucking
skipped.
quarterback draw.
My
Yeah, he
feed
got
just
stopped
skipped,
behind the
so I
line.
have no idea what just happened. My feed skipped forward. Oh Lord! All right, so they're at the
damn it.
9-yard line. It was it was technically half the distance when they went to the 10. All right, man in motion to the left. Snap, going up, tossing up to the right corner. Is he held again?
Motherfucker.
No, they're not calling it. 3rd and goal. Why
Lathan
would you throw
Ransom on
that?
the deflection.
Why is that your call?
I don't understand that.
I don't understand why you're putting a one-on-one. I know Evans is good, but you cannot put him in an ISO situation with a guy
It was
who's
also a
so
terrible
possessive and
ball.
handsy. It wasn't, even if it was a better thrown ball, it's still getting knocked away. Evans is not catching that pass. So 9:38 to go, 3rd and goal from the 9. They need a touchdown. They've waited too long now on this drive. They need a touchdown. Field goals aren't going to work. He's looking, pressure, and it's knocked away off the chest of Greathouse. Very handsy coming from Hammock. Hancock with that one. Great deflection. It's 4th and goal, and Marcus Freeman has a decision to make. And they're taking him off the field. They're setting up the field goal unit.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you stupid?
They're sending out the field goal unit. With 9:34 to go, they're sending out the field goal unit.
Fucking
What are you
Robert
praying not
Saleh.
to lose for?
Mitch Jeter in to kick the field goal.
Oh my fucking!
To make this a
Don't
13-point
run a
game.
fake
The
again.
snap, the hold, the kick. It is
Oh
no
my
good.
god!
It doinked. And they picked it up and they're returning it. But it's not going to matter. The
Marcus
play is
Freeman
dead.
just lost the fucking Notre Dame the game.
Jeter bounced
Fucking
it
Robert
off the
Saleh.
post. And it remains a 3-possession game.
What a
Sorry,
bunch of
2-possession
morons.
game. Oh my goodness.
Take that name off the back of your fucking jersey. Don't fucking deserve
He
it.
sent it too far to the left. He carried it too far. Bounces off the post. Just a couple inches to the right. That probably bounces in. Oh my goodness. Notre Dame, you just wasted an entire drive
Fucking
and a lot of
assholes.
clock.
Would have rather just seen him fucking go for it and miss out that way.
You got your turnover. You didn't get your outcome. In those moments, that's how you know you've lost the game. There's no coming back from that.
How stupid can you possibly be?
Luca, what coach is he like?
Hold on.
And now we got the Ohio State fans saying ball don't lie. Because they think it's funny. Oh, that's a good point. Somebody said Notre Dame just tried to make a two-score game, and got a two-score game. I can't. You could.
Here we are.
Vinny makes a good point. He said, so I'm guessing he was thinking get the points, but man, yeah, he was thinking get the points. It made sense at first, but I mean, dude,
only
you
got
have
9
to go
minutes
for it.
left.
The clock ran too far. If the clock was still around 11 minutes, 12 minutes, I would have said, yeah, go ahead, take your field goal. But, dude, it's 9.5 minutes. The mismanagement by Marcus Freeman in this game has to be studied.
Fucking Robert Saleh.
Unfreaking believable how that just, I don't know.
I'll give you two notable errors. Two notable.
Hmm.
Number one, he got cute and fake punted it when he shouldn't have had to. When he could just could have just went for it. Number two, this situation, he could just went for it. And if you go for it, and let's just say you're 1 or 2 yards shy of the goal line, they're pinned back in their own territory anyway.
Good point.
Fucking Robert Saleh.
So I'm already preparing the draft, though, because I already feel like this game's over. So, what would you guys rather do, the hard version or the normal version?
Let's go
Hard
normal.
version or normal version of what?
Of Draftle. It's kind of like Wordle, but for football, for the NFL. Because you have different versions. You have the normal version, the more difficult version. You have Heisman, Hall of Fame, Pro Bowl, and first roundel.
Normal.
Normal? Okay, yeah, we'll stick with normal then. All right, I have it ready to go. Look at Nick Saban on the field presenting his little certificate, touchdown for teachers. He's saying, "I wish I was coaching this game."
Someone should teach fucking Marcus Freeman not to be Robert Saleh.
Nick Saban, the next head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yeah, hell no, that's not happening ever.
It would be nice. Would be better. So now they're going to take over the ball at the 20-yard line for Ohio State. A quick turnover could turn this game right on its head.
Yeah.
But here's the handoff, and stopped at the line is going to be Judkins. Nowhere to go that time. Great closing from the Notre Dame D-line. Shut the gaps down. And Herbstreit just made a really good point. He says, I don't understand the mindset. I mean, you have to convince yourself that you're confident you'll get the ball back 2 more times.
Yeah.
And here they go. It's going to be Howard on the run, and he's going to get the first down. Nobody was there to stop him. Man, he's got a vision like a real running back. takes a snap and just went straight up the B gap. You'll see everything got shifted to the right. They made a really good well for him in the B gap. C gap actually. And he just found a way to cut through. Slammed his helmet really hard though. So it's 1st and 10 again from the 32-yard line, their own 32. Snap from Ohio State. Handoff to Judkins. Only going to get 3 yards. Less than 8 minutes in this game. 16-point lead. Ohio State kind of has this almost wrapped up. The more clock they eat, the worse this gets. The less time Notre Dame has to win.
No, what's happening on Raw?
What's happening on Raw?
Well, no, because Vinny just said, "Uh-oh, Sean, are you watching Raw?" Vinny, what's happening? I'm almost ready to turn it
Snap
on.
man in motion. Pitched out to the left to Judkins, and Notre Dame can stop him. He gets past the first, but couldn't get through the second level. Only going to be a 4-yard gain, so it'll be out 3rd and 3. We're just about 7 minutes left to go.
Sami Zayn went to kick Drew, but instead he kicked Seth by accident. Oh, God.
Uh-oh. Make a crazy man even crazier.
Yeah.
3rd and 3, man in motion. Howard looking to the right, and he misses the throw to Smith. It's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt this one away. Notre Dame has another chance to try and score a touchdown once again. And they got to be quick here. You cannot fail.
That's us saying in baseball, you just need a bloop and a blast. Well,
Yep.
We kind of need it right now.
To be honest with you, this is the first punt tonight by Ohio State. I want that on the record. This is the first punt tonight.
I believe it.
I wanted to say that Notre Dame, the defense has been a little better in this half than they were the first half. Punt's on the way. Caught at the 9, fielded. They're going to try to hit the gap, but that's not going to do anything. He's going to go down around the 20-yard line.
No more quarterback draws on
No.
1st and long.
So with 6:25 to go, the Notre Dame gets the ball at their own 20 with not many chances left to win this game. Rollins
Hasn't this
won.
gotten depressing?
So Rollins won after the match. McIntyre attacked Rollins. Out comes Sammy, makes the save, went to check on Rollins. McIntyre hit the Glasgow kiss on Zane. He grabbed Seth, and Sammy tried to do a haluva kick
And he missed.
on Drew, but then Drew dodged it, and he hit Seth.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. I never like that. They always make that out like it's going to lead to some sort of storyline, but it never does. They always do that.
Yep. This game. Only this game.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, this stream just got really depressing, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's gotten quiet.
Just a little bit. Now, who's ready for spring training? 'Cause
I'm ready
really
for fucking Senior Bowl.
football has let us down in every which way. So
Speaking of which, remember earlier we were talking about with the Yankees, they need left-handed relievers? The only name I could pull out that wasn't named Tanner Scott was Drew Smiley.
jeez, I didn't
Yeah.
even know he still pitched.
That tells you how limited the market is.
I'm just ready for the fucking Senior Bowl. I'm not even
Me
on
too.
football.
I'm thrilled. I'm
Just
ecstatic
to
about it.
first of all, just seeing everybody down there once again, and then getting away from this fucking snow. Like,
oh, dude, it's gonna be. I hope it's warm. I hope it is.
I'm gonna look up the weather right now, but I think it's supposed to be in the 60s.
Sick.
Which
All right, I'm
means
looking at the
everybody
lefty
down
arms
there
now
is going to
of who's
have winter
available.
jackets on.
So this is what the Yankees can grab with what's available for lefty relievers. We're looking at, like I said, the first name, Smiley. We also have Brooks Raley, who's with the
Thank you,
Mets.
Vinny. We appreciate it.
Andrew Chafin, Ryan Yarborough, Colin Posh. We'll say Ryan Barucki from Pittsburgh. Oh wait, no, Scott Alexander. He had a really good year with the A's last year. Unless we're ready to bring back Tim Meza
Fuck out of here.
or Tim Hill.
Tim Hill, fine.
Shreve is gone. Jake, we could also go for, and that's really it, because otherwise the other lefties, there's nothing. Unless you want Will Smith or Matt Moore or Danny Colombe.
Vinny says he likes Chafin.
Danny Colombe actually had a pretty good year with Baltimore. Or
Yeah,
Jalen
Tim Hill.
Beeks. Or Alec Young. I mean, it's really just insane. There's
It's
like
supposed to
nothing.
be, Brian, it's supposed to be a high of 65 when we land down there.
That's sick. What about when we leave? Because we're leaving from different airports.
Well, we're leaving from the same airport, actually.
No, you know what I mean. When we're going down there.
Yeah, so
Leonard
Leonard
Monday-
with the snap,
down pass.
looking, trying to escape the pressure, takes a hit but completes it just past the first down marker. There, already a good start right there for Notre Dame. You may continue,
okay, you mean
Alex.
from LaGuardia. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are LaGuardia. I'm doing Newark.
Sunday at 2 in the morning, 28 degrees.
Okay, they're playing with a higher pace. Completed to the left and out of bounds goes Mitchell Evans after about a 5-yard
clock
gain.
is still
6
running.
minutes on the clock. That's good management. Let's keep seeing that.
He was out of bounds. I don't know why the clock is still running.
Let's see.
No Andrew Heaney. No.
Yeah, no Andrew Heaney.
Absolutely
the clock
not.
continues to run, though, despite the fact he stepped out of bounds. 5:37 to go
Nice.
here, 2nd and 6.
Keep it going.
Drop
Keep it
back.
going.
Leonard fires it across the middle, completes it, gets off a tackle. He's running out to the right, to the 40, to the 35, down just shy of the 30. 5:25 to go. It's an easy first down and a big one for Notre Dame. They're going to have to climb here if they really want to stage a comeback. Well done.
What a move.
Well done. Trust your tight end. They're on the 31, 1st and 10, 5:09 to go. They're trying to communicate, set up, calling out some audibles.
Fucking idiot.
adjustments. Dropping back. Leonard running out of time, and he gets sacked.
Fucking Duke quarterback.
Going to lose about 4 yards on that one. He gets collided on by 2 Ohio State linemen. One of them's limping. That's number 44.
I see a future Giants quarterback.
44 would have to be, what's his name?
JT.
JT Tuimalau. That's not who you want to get hurt. He already came in with a pre-existing injury. Wasn't sure to be 100%, and he's not the guy you want hurt right now. Will Howard clearly happy about that. And we have an injured Buckeye on the field. It is who we just said, JT Tuimalau. They're going to check him out on his leg. This is a guy who was he supposed to be at the Senior Bowl?
Who?
JT?
No.
Okay. I don't know why I thought he was supposed to be at the
Marshall.
Senior Bowl. All right, so they're going to take a commercial break. They're just under 5 minutes. I said Ohio State. Notre Dame isn't out of it. It's starting to get out of reach. They need to score within the next minute, and then don't onside it. Don't onside it. Kick it away. Kick it away to Ohio State. Get one more stop.
Just imagine what would it be like if you converted that 4th down and not fake punted it like a bunch of asses.
Correct, and you would have got the touchdown. You'd be fighting to tie it up. Let's take a look at the comments real quick.
Dakota Kai got her soul kicked out of her body.
Well, let's take a look at the comments real quick. Vinny says, wrestling is getting stale, Sean. It needs life just like this stream.
Yeah.
He did say he was joking, but
Yeah, he
Well,
was
no, it is-
kidding.
He's right.
He likes the idea of Andrew Chafin. I do too. Jacob asks if we should consider Tim Hill. Or he just asked the question, Tim Hill. And I'm like,
I'll take Tim Hill back.
Yeah, but he's got to be on a lower contract. Let's see. Two Giant Goofball says, "Is it cheating because I just picked who's going to win this game on your poll?"
Yeah, what's up to Drew in the chat?
And then the other recommendation from Petruzzi was Andrew Heaney.
I'd rather
No.
shoot myself.
Bringing Heaney back.
Also, Brian, we got some Dominic Mysterio controversy. Dom said to Liv, "I'm gonna make it up to you," and Liv gave him a devious, "Oh yeah, you will."
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know if that's gonna turn into something or not.
I don't know if it will.
It probably won't be any. If it does, it ain't gonna be
So-
as good as
so-
Rhea and Dom controversy.
So we're going to have to put some more time on the clock here because according to ESPN, they're at 4:57 with the injury, and on the clock in the game it said 4:40. So they got some time to add to the clock. All better. Anything that helps Notre Dame.
Every little bit helps.
But I don't know what it is. They can't run a quick shoot and go, like quick running gun, shoot style.
This offense is run from the 1940s, Brian.
No, that would be Army and Navy. I'd say
I was
we're at
gonna
least
say,
a
probably you
tiny
talk
bit
about Army
more
and Navy?
advanced. We can at least pass.
No, you know what? Don't worry. The offensive Notre Dame will change up. They'll start throwing offensive linemen soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're back from commercial and we're waiting for the next
So
snap.
imagine being the poor Notre Dame fans who bought tickets on the wrong side of the
Second and
field.
12 with 4:44 to go. So it looks
they
like
didn't-
ESPN had the wrong number.
Yeah, they did not add time back. It's still 4:44.
Whistle's blown. Play
A
clock
quick
starts running.
screen? Are you
Here's a
fucking
snap.
kidding
Screen
me?
to the right.
He didn't even get out of bounds.
And he's going to get to the 30. Didn't get out of bounds. It's only going to get you about 3 yards. You're talking about like a 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. If they want to win, they got to get in the end zone now. Right now.
Come on, just
Oh, what a catch!
Here he goes. He throws it up to the left corner.
Yeah!
It's caught. That's a touchdown for Jaden Greathouse coming through when it was needed most. Notre
I
Dame.
gotta go for 2.
We have to.
And it's a 10-point game. Jaden Greathouse comes through again. They're going to have to go for 2 if they want to make this a 1-possession game. Will Howard can only watch on. Oh, my goodness. Vegas is truly in action right now.
You know what's even funnier is if they convert this 2-point conversion, the line is 8.5. It would
So
be
technically, the people who bet on Notre Dame would win.
8. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So they convert. The bettors are watching this with more stress than Notre Dame.
I just read a
fans.
comment on the stream that says, "Okay, maybe Jesus is real, guys." Oh man.
Okay, somebody's got constipation. I'm gonna hope that's not what I think it is.
All right, they're showing. Oh, he's showing a.
Never
quick snap.
mind.
What?
Pitching it back. Oh, that's terrible. Throw it to the right. It's caught. That is a good 2-point try. What trickery. Collins with the catch.
That almost blew up in their faces.
It almost did,
miserably.
but that speed from that receiver completely avoided it. Give the credit to Jordan Faison with the throw. You're going to see it here. Oh, wait, no, they're showing the touchdown play again. And that route was very well run. He's being held the entire time, Greathouse, by Hancock. My goodness.
Guys,
It's
one
a
defensive
one-possession game, and there's a chance Notre Dame can tie it. The game is not over. The Irish are fighting like dogs right now.
Well, I'm
And then
gonna
we
say
watched
this.
and then we watched a 2-point try, and Riley gives it to Faison, who was almost tackled by Sawyer, but then he throws across his body and completes it to a wide open Collins. My goodness. I mean, the trickery is on display today. Every single trick is getting pulled out of that book to win.
I like this most recent comment.
And the view from South Bend is unbelievable too. I mean, they're going nuts in there, but they're not getting too excited.
Not yet.
stop. No onside kick. Do not onside kick it.
And
You're
you
a
got
funny
Lou
man,
Holtz
Drew.
clapping and cheering in the suite.
Drew's a funny guy.
No, it's
And
whip
with an
kick.
8-point margin, and 4:15 left. The Irish are going to kick it off. They're going to squib it. And it gets picked up around the 20-yard line, and they're going to get taken down just shy of the 25. Not bad. Clock stops at about 4:10. Saved themselves some time there. That was a good call on that kick. Could have honestly kicked it for a touchdown.
May I mention that Riley Leonard went to the Manning Passing Academy?
No.
No, not at
Oh,
all.
I just did.
Oh, that comment's great.
come on,
Wait, teams can get
defense.
2 points after a touchdown? As a Giants fan, I thought you had to run horrible plays, not get any points in these scenarios. That's so good.
They're like
But don't
going for
worry,
4th
Sean.
and 9.
Don't worry, you guys complain about
stupid
getting 2 points after
mistakes. Come
touchdowns.
on
Sean
now.
says you score touchdowns?
Come on, defense.
All right, 4:10 to go. Second half yards, Notre Dame has done considerably better than Ohio State. But the game still is not over yet. 1st and 10 at the 24. Howard under center. Hands it off. Running to the right, but taken down just about for a 3-yard gain. Judkins cannot break through right now.
I
Slowing
forgot
down
Chip Kelly was the OC.
as we are now under 4 minutes in this game.
Clock's
Second
still
down
running.
and 7.
Notre Dame has all 3 timeouts.
Yes, Notre Dame has all 3 timeouts. Ohio State only has 2. 2nd and 7 with 3:45 to go. And don't forget, we also have the 2-minute warning,
2-minute
so it's
warning.
4 timeouts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't do this
Bro,
to
are
me, guys.
you
I haven't watched it yet.
shitting?
All right. Snap taken. Howard's going to run. There's a gap on the outside, and nobody's going to get there. Watts finally takes him down, but it's not until he gets past the first down marker. A new set of downs for the Buckeyes. Design run, and there was nobody to seal the outside and contain him. And that, once again, is what I've been talking about with Howard.
Injury
He doesn't have
timeout.
blazing speed, but you cannot leave him unguarded. He will take off. And we have an injured Notre Dame Irish player on the field. 3:17 left.
I'm just saying the Giants only do that unless they're playing the Colts.
The injured defender is Jordan Clark, the senior from Baton Rouge. Senior safety.
Except for the Colts. Jim Mercy must have trash talk about Drew Lock's mom or something.
And at 1st and 10 with 3:17 to go,
Come on, can we
the
get a
Irish
turnover?
desperately need a stop. Any kind of stop. Doesn't matter if it's a turnover or three down or a 3-0. Doesn't matter. And as long as you stop them and don't let them reach the first down marker. Doesn't matter.
Nice.
Stacking up for the strong side on the right. Howard with another design run. He gets tripped up in the backfield. He's going to go down right around the line of scrimmage. 2:44 to go. Scholler with the tackle. And the
Yeah,
clock stopped at 2:40. I believe.
Yeah,
a timeout
thanks
was
for
just
helping
used.
us, Ohio State. I can call the timeout.
And
Wait,
yep,
really?
Ohio State called the timeout.
That was actually Notre Dame.
It was
Oh, it
Notre
was?
Dame. Let's
Fucking
see.
Alex.
I haven't seen the call
It's
yet. Let me
Notre
see.
Dame.
Oh, yeah, it is Notre Dame. So Notre Dame uses their first timeout. They have 2 remaining, and they
And the
still have the
2-minute
2-minute warning.
warning.
So it's really 3 timeouts. Good call with the timeout there. You got to give Leonard as much time as possible. You guys worked the sideline the last time. You could prove it. Thanks, Brad.
I
Appreciate
was
the
about to say
comment.
that shot's fired there.
Thank you so much, Brad. Really appreciate it. Baker style.
Yo, that
fumble,
lady was
Baker
picking
style.
her nose.
Is she picking her nose?
It
She
looked
should
like
just-
it. The
she
one
should
at the
just, like, sit
very
there with her
end.
hands together.
No, the one at the end.
Oh, I didn't see her. That's why when you're at a game, remember you're in public. Anybody can see what you're doing, including at home.
2:49 on the clock.
Man. All right, so we've reached 2nd and 10 with 2:49 on the clock. Egbuka's the man in motion. Moves over to the right side of the line. He's going to try to roll to the left, and Howard's going to get taken down before the line of scrimmage again. And this time, another timeout's called by Notre Dame. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
That should have been holding on the running back.
We're going to find out. I don't think you want to ask for a holding here. Do not make them get another chance to throw the football. Knowing the way the secondary is playing, you got to be grateful for the fact that you just got to stop. I wouldn't take a 10-yard penalty for that.
Oh, fucking boy. Come on now.
All right, down he goes. Okay, cool. So now it's 3rd and 10. The second timeout was used by Notre Dame. They have 1 remaining and the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 11.
Ohio State's 8 for 10 on 3rd downs, by the way.
What did you say about 3rd down? 8 and 10 on 3rd down. Average yards to goes 5. This is one of the longest they've had to fight tonight for 3rd down. Can they convert? Can the Buckeyes convert, or will Notre Dame have a chance once again to tie this game?
Ohio State converts, I think it's over. I mean,
If they convert, this game can end, but there's still too much time on the clock, and there's still a stoppage.
Fuck!
Based off that reaction, this isn't going to end well.
Yeah, this ain't going to go well, is
Drops
it?
back, throwing to the right. He's going deep, and he's got Jeremiah Smith
Wide fucking
taking it down
opening.
right around the 10-yard line. And Jeremiah Smith was left all alone in one-on-one coverage with Christian Gray. He breaks by, knowing Gray doesn't have the absolute quick acceleration and top speed to get and stay in pace with Jeremiah Smith. Oh my gosh. No matter what happens now, they can even kick a field goal and it becomes a 2-possession game. It does not matter.
Over.
It will take a fumble to end this, and I have to look at LeBron's ugly mug as he celebrates his team getting another national championship. Minutes away. And the Irish did not call timeout after that. They've reached a 2-minute warning.
I feel like I've been watching the 2011 AFC Championship game.
If I'm being honest, they should have called the timeout right after that catch, but they didn't. They should have.
I think they know it's over.
It doesn't matter. Game's not over to the whistle, but you gotta use your timeouts.
Yeah, 3rd down. Let's leave the guy open.
Alex
no
Luca,
help.
I hope that all these Notre Dame players you see at the Senior Bowl, I hope you berate them with nothing but harassment.
So you guys ever play draft till now or no? This freaking game.
It's so good we have somebody that's at least neutral here, because I think had it been the 3 of us, it'd be silent the whole second half.
It would have been. I'm glad I'm trying to keep this alive.
We do appreciate you, Brian. We really do. Oh, fuck.
One of the team do you guys hate, Alex and Luca? Besides Ohio State, who else do you hate?
Penn State, Rutgers.
Penn State more than anybody else, though, right?
For me, yes.
Okay, so let me say this. All right? Ohio State son or Penn State daughter?
Wait, for me to have an Ohio State son?
Would you rather have a son who's an Ohio State fan,
Ohio
or a
State.
daughter
Ohio
who's a Penn
State.
State fan?
Ohio State.
Yeah, you know what? I have a very screwed up joke I can make, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm not trying to get their channel taken down.
Okay, save it for off the air then.
Yeah, I'll save it for off the air. If anybody wants to know, just privately text me.
Good Lord, I'm not even afraid to ask now.
God, fucking commercials are just gonna drag this out longer.
Can't believe the defense took a crap.
It's
They're
funny.
doing
The
it all
defense has been
game.
good
They
all
didn't take-
year,
they
but
didn't
you
take a
know what
crap,
happens
Luca,
when
they
you
took a
face tougher
shit.
comp. You know what happens when you play tougher competition.
Yep, and I told you, Notre Dame does not have the fucking speed.
Exactly.
They're not Bama. They're not Ohio State. It's just facts.
Oh damn, Seth Rollins looking like he was about to have a heel turn. Watch the highlights from that McIntyre match.
They're really about to win this game, but I cannot fathom this. I told you guys before the game started that Ohio State was going to be in a tighter fight than we think, as Will Howard is under center in I formation, giving a quick handoff, whistle blows. Play's called dead. We have a flag, and it's a false start on Ohio State. On number 85. An 85 for them would be... They don't have an 85, so what number were they talking about? 65? Oh, it's probably the center, Carson Hinsman. Either that or it's Zen Mikulski. It's probably Carson. Yep. 75. So first and goal again, but this time from the 15, 2 minutes still on the clock. Handoff. Taken down after a gain of 156. And the clock continues to run. Freeman is just now using his timeout, his last one.
Just saying, Alex, you leaving that comment out. We can't see Luca.
Oh.
You douche. You're blocking Luca out this whole time.
I cannot believe that they let that happen in a man-to-man situation.
They went
You
0
really
blitz.
let your corner go one-on-one with the most dangerous receiver in football, in the
Hey,
college
Luca,
football world.
is Al Golden getting a job with the Jets?
No, he's not. No.
I heard Todd Bowles say that he wants some consultation with Golden, wants some advice on how to make a better defense.
We didn't execute.
Everybody's begging for a fumble. They're begging for Ohio State to fumble.
Not gonna
How
happen.
many Notre Dame fans are pulling out the Brian Kelly, maybe this team needs to be executed fucking meme right now?
Brian Kelly would have never got this team to this
No,
point.
he
Let's be
wouldn't
real.
have.
Never would have. You
No.
needed a culture change.
We would have
And
choked
no
at
matter how
Penn
this
State.
game turned, you have to admit, Marcus Freeman's changed the culture. They wouldn't be here without him. There's a snap. They're going to go ahead and rush down the middle, and Howard's taking it himself and gets about a 2-yard gain.
Howard
Third
was
and
a
goal, and
little
they cannot
shaken
stop the
up.
clock.
I just remember the first game that Marcus Freeman coached, which was the Oklahoma State game, and his team blew a fucking big lead. I forget how many points it was. It was double digits, though.
Was that the bowl game?
Yeah.
I don't remember which bowl game it
I
was.
think it was January of 2023.
Yeah, well, he was also I mean, first game, and you're put in a situation like that. And Oklahoma State's had a good team that year.
Yeah. You know what? Someone made a good point. One play for the season, Ohio State dials it up for their best player, and Notre Dame didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Of course.
How? And Ohio State just used their second timeout, third and goal with 1:13 to go. They'll likely run it again, see what happens, and then run the clock down and use their last timeout.
Yeah, we blew a 28-14 lead that fucking game.
I'm going to give Notre Dame credit for one thing. They made this game close. And I said
Yeah,
I
they
would
didn't
have liked
quit.
them to make it close.
And you know what? That changes the whole culture for one thing. We've always been that stereotype of can't win the big game, but
They're nowhere
every
near
time
as
in
good.
well, because the problem was with those situations in those games, it was always a blowout. This was not a blowout. This was just we beat ourselves. If we fix the mistakes, I think we have a very different game.
I could not imagine if this kick gets blocked. Because it's probably we're waltzing towards a field goal here.
Oh yeah.
If this kick gets blocked, I will cry. I would cry. Man, that would be the most unbelievable outcome ever.
Hey, anything
Probably for a national
possible.
championship. Well, Howard's in shotgun. Man man in the backfield behind him. Tight end in motion. Takes the snap. Takes it himself. Howard goes down well beyond the line of scrimmage. Well before the line of scrimmage. And he's down behind the 20.
30-something
And on
seconds.
4th and goal, they're going to run this clock down. And by the time they call timeout, there will be 28 seconds left. 28 seconds left for Ohio State to kick a field goal to seal the game. If they miss it or if it is blocked, Riley Leonard will have somewhere just over 20 seconds to try and get them a touchdown to tie this game. But it doesn't look like they're going to kick the field goal. They're waiting.
I think they're going to use that timeout.
Now they're using the timeout. 28 seconds. Yep.
You need a Troy Polamalu, Isaiah Simmons moment.
You need one of those moments where they can just get their hand on the ball, knock it down. Get your hand on it, knock it down, pick it up.
Well,
Keep in mind, Notre Dame has done it this year.
They've done it 6 times.
That's the most in the FBS. So if there's any team that could block a kick, whether it's a field goal or it's a punt, Notre Dame is that team. If they can get a block, this game is going to turn upside down and ugly very quickly. So here comes the kicker to seal the game, Fielding.
Neither team has any timeouts left.
Yep.
Fielding's only field goal came from 46 yards.
And this is closer.
33.
This is basically an extra point in the NFL. If you miss this, you're never making the NFL.
Yeah.
Congratulations, kid. Well, we already know Notre Dame kicker ain't making it. It's a similar kick. Ohio State missed it a couple years ago, too, when they were trying to seal the game in advance. Georgia went on instead of them. Here it is, the snap, the hold, the kick. It's good. It was not blocked. It was not missed. The Ohio State Buckeyes have made the field goal, taken an 11-point lead with 26 seconds left. And they're going to win the 2025 National College Football Playoff Championship. The CFP National Championship.
Feels like I watched the 2011 AFC Championship game all over again.
This will be their second championship in the CFP era.
First since 2014. Vinny, the problem was they shot themselves in the foot all night.
2014, that was the Cardale Jones, I think JT Miller, Ezekiel Elliott team.
Yeah.
Yep. It's over. Will Howard, after transferring from Kansas State, where many overlooked him and wrote him off for his career, goes to Ohio State, who moves on from a quarterback who took him pretty far last year, Kyle McCord. And they brings him to national championship.
Hey, give credit to McCord, too. He did really well for Syracuse.
He's considered a sleeper right now in this draft class to be a really good option if he gets the opportunity. Considered a really big draft sleeper among quarterbacks. But I think you got to give a fair shake to this kid, Howard.
Oh, he was always good with Kansas State.
The kick is on the way with 26 seconds to go.
He just had a much better team
And out the end
around
zone.
him.
Spend on NIL as much as possible.
And I'm looking at Irish fans still saying there's 26 seconds. It's not impossible. We have the luck of the Irish. Shut up. Accept your loss like a man.
One hell of a miracle.
There's no fucking rainbow at the end of this fucking thing. Yeah, look at this shit. My God. Yeah, just
So much red.
Good night, Vinny. Yes,
Oh my Christ.
And with 26 seconds, Notre Dame is going to try and run a play here in shotgun. Leonard dropping back, pressure coming, checks it down.
God.
And the running back is absolutely swarmed, trying to shake out of the play, and he's not going anywhere.
Good night, Vinny.
Number 91 holds him down and prevents him from getting
we're
back
gonna
to the
sit
line of
here
scrimmage.
and run a play, and they're having a
They're
Gatorade bath, and there's no time left. What
They're
is
not
this, backyard
trying.
football?
They've given up.
The player who made that play was number 91. which I believe would be Mr. Who?
Mr. Hoover.
Oh, they got off a final play.
91 beat Tyleek Williams.
They
He
got
was
off
the
one
last one to
final
make the
play when everybody was already celebrating.
And
That's
just
funny.
like that, Ohio State are your 2025 college football playoff national champions.
Why does
First
football
time
give
since
me pain?
2014.
Why does football give me pain?
See,
It was a hard-fought game. It was a hard-fought season. A season with a lot of doubts around the Notre Dame Irish. Transfer quarterback who many didn't believe in, who had a really rough start to the year, just to turn the program around, beat a lot of Power 5 schools, including some very tough top 5 teams, and make it to this point. No matter how you look at it, Notre Dame impressed a lot of people today. They weren't supposed to be here. They made it here anyway.
Get it?
Congratulations to the Irish on a great season, and congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes for once again ruining everybody's night.
And now we got to wait until August for football again.
Yep. Well, we still have the NFL.
Unfortunately.
But if you're a fan of the teams that got eliminated, yeah, you got to wait till August.
Yeah. Now, for me, the NFL now, it's just rooting against Philly and Kansas City, but we all know they're going to go. It's going to be Eagles and Chiefs.
Yeah.
Hold
No.
on.
I think Buffalo's going.
So I'm getting
better
I'm
be.
rooting for Buffalo.
They better be.
I've been standing
The
on
true
whether
New
the
York
Buffalo-Baltimore matchup was going to the Super Bowl and probably winning.
Bleacher Report is so stupid. I get the notification. Number 6. Oh, never mind. Because I read it wrong. Not that I read it wrong, but I went based off the spread. It said number 6 Ohio State upsets number 5 Notre Dame. Well, based on the spread, it wasn't an upset. Based off ranking, it was.
Jeremiah Smith, he hasn't arrived. He's been here.
He's a freshman. He's going to be fucking good.
He's going to be the Giants receiver once they trade Malik Neighbors.
Well, the spread was cleared and the over-under, we hit the over. By a
Now
lot.
that annoying Ohio State fan, I still have to deal with him. The ESPN kid I know. It's going to bother me. He goes, Ohio State beat number 1 Oregon by 20, number 3 Texas by 14, number 3 Penn State by 7, number 5 Notre Dame by 11, number 5 Indiana by 23, number 7 Tennessee by 25. The most dominant season in college football history. Dominant would mean you went undefeated.
Yes.
Yes.
You
The
still
bias
lost
is
to
unbelievable.
Oregon. And one of
They lost to
don't forget that Oregon loss was in one of the most embarrassing ways possible.
All right, so who wants to play that game, people?
How do you play this shit?
You want me to pull it up?
Oh, here we go,
Yeah.
guys. Al Golden is a top candidate to be the defensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep, I just saw that Garofalo.
Fucking scheduled tweet.
And Taylor has paused the search to speak to Golden, his linebackers coach in Cincinnati from 2020 to 2021. Honestly, after tonight, I think Alex and Luca will gladly let him walk away.
Yeah. Find somebody new.
I will give credit where it's due. They had a really rough first half, but they played really well in the second. They did a better job in the second half.
I don't
get
think I'm
they
going to
kept
throw
it
him
close.
away.
I'll throw
All
him
right.
away.
Well, all right, guys, let's play the game. Last game before we call it a night. I'm going to share it. All right, it's up.
All right. The waffle.
Night, Jacob.
Night, Jacob.
So the way Draftle works, again, it's just a guessing game. It's unlimited guesses. Whatever it takes. So it's only active players that are currently in the league and
Okay.
have been drafted in some round. So what player do you guys want to start with just to get things going?
You have to give a player?
Yeah, you have to name a player. Just any player. Any NFL player.
Okay.
Deontay Johnson.
Want to do Deontay?
I'd just thrown a name out there, yeah.
Why is
Apparently he doesn't
Johnson not
exist.
popping up?
Oh, jeez. We're off to an amazing start.
Well, he didn't have a team. It's also about guys also got to be on a team,
Oh, they got to be. Well, yeah, but he was on the Ravens.
Yeah,
They
but he's
can't be
not.
claimed by the
He was-
Ravens
It
until
must
after
not be
this.
updated then. But either way,
All right, fine. McCall
Josh
Hardman.
Johnson.
You said me Cole Hardman.
Yeah.
He's not popping up.
What? All right.
you
I'm,
said
I'm
Josh
done
Johnson?
guessing. Josh Johnson.
Okay. Drafted by Tampa Bay, NFC South, QB, 2008, San Diego. Well, you hit on one thing. The guy was drafted in the 5th round, and he plays in the NFC. He was drafted into the NFC. He's not a quarterback. He wasn't drafted to Tampa Bay. It was after 2008.
The 5th round.
5th rounder drafted into the NFC, not a quarterback. Here's a little hint. They only do offensive players, so it's either a running back, a receiver, or a tight end.
Fifth round NFC fucking South.
Could be a running back, receiver, or tight end.
What round was Kamara picked in?
You can't do the NFC South. He's not from the NFC South. I forgot to mention that too. So the division the guy has to be drafted is the East. He's either in the East, the North, or the West.
But still in the NFC.
Still in the NFC, but you had to be drafted there.
Can you pick anyone, or does it have to be a certain?
Literally could be anyone, but it's got to be either a running back, receiver, or tight end.
You said
anybody.
All right, Tyrone Tracy.
You want to do Tyrone Tracy?
Yeah.
All right.
Just Alex picks a fucking Giants player.
Well, it is 5th round, you're right, but it wasn't the NFC East, and it's not a running back. So it's a North player or a West player who's either a receiver or a tight end.
Receiver, tight end.
And it was before 2024.
What round was Devontae Adams picked in?
2nd.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't be Devontae.
KJ Osborne. I don't know.
You want to try KJ?
Yeah.
Not in the North, and it's not a receiver, so it's a tight end in the NFC West, drafted in the 5th round.
When was Tyler
2020.
Higbee drafted? George Kittle.
You want to say George Kittle?
Yeah.
You think so? He was a 5th rounder?
Yeah.
You got it.
Nice.
It took you 4 guesses. You only allowed 8.
That's not bad.
Yep. So that's the kind of game. That's how it works.
That's tough, though, to be honest.
I'm telling you, it's actually a lot. I was a lot better at it than I thought I was. 97% on like 35 plays.
Awesome.
I've only missed like twice, but it's a fun game, so I'll just stop sharing that. So just a recommendation, if you guys ever want to try out your knowledge on NFL stuff, consider Draftle. It is a very, very fun alternative to Wordle for sports and NFL.
Fun. It's something different, too.
Something different as opposed to the... Yeah.
And the grids.
Yeah. But I guess I'll throw it around for final thoughts. I'll start with Sean.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the Fighting Irish definitely lived up to their name. They did not lay over and die after that first half. But, once again, one of my teams lets me down, and I think every day my grandparents up above, God rest their soul, remind me is why NASCAR is my number 1 sport. It's the only fucking sport that does not let me down. That's all I could say. Go ahead.
Ryan?
Well, any way you want to chop this up, let's start with the first and obvious. Congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yes,
I
congratulations.
hate you, but you earned your win. All the adversity you had to fight through this year, you still found a way to win it with a transfer quarterback who a lot of people wrote off, with a freshman receiver who a lot of people didn't know his name until he started popping out early this season. And for Notre Dame, no matter how people look at it, you made it to a game that nobody expected you to be in. Before the season started, there was not a single poll that predicted you'd even be in the college football playoff. Being there in the first place is a win. Making it to the national championship is an even bigger win. And you should be proud of that. That's the first thought. That's first most with that. Second, when you look back at the highlights of this game and you dissect the film, what's going to stand out most is that 4th down decision to kick the field goal and missing it. Because if you had gone for it and you had scored that touchdown, because you hadn't figured out 2-point conversions, you would have had the game tied. And then Ohio State would have had to play to take the lead and hit a game winner. So, I mean, that's one obvious thing, but I want to give kudos where it's due. You know, Jaden Greathouse had a monster game.
Mm-hmm.
He did everything in the second half to keep Notre Dame alive, and he deserves a lot of credit and a lot of attention moving forward. There's always next year, and we'll see how far Notre Dame gets next year and how they regroup once this draft class finishes up.
Yeah, tough schedule next year, so a lot to work on.
A lot of notable opponents.
Big opponent.
State.
Well, you saw how they handled different teams in the playoff this year. If this year was any indication of anything, Notre Dame's up for the challenge.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, Pitt, Boise State, a lot of good schools. That are going
A&M
up
again,
next year.
but that'll be at
Texas
home.
A&M at home.
Yeah.
But
Luca, your final thoughts?
final thoughts. I'm definitely heartbroken. I'm definitely sad, obviously. But you know what? I can't obviously. We shouldn't have played the first half like we did. Defense was bad tackling. We were just getting out coached on both sides of the ball once the Ohio State really started to adjust. I appreciate the fight this team had, but if you want me to be completely honest, I didn't really expect the team to go to the college national championship this year.
I don't think any of us did.
Nobody did. Obviously, we all thought we were all going down. This season was going downhill when we lost to Northern Illinois. That was something to behold, but I'm also grateful for the chance that I got to go to South Bend and see the Irish play. Obviously, we're going to go there again. Hopefully, me and Alex and Sean plan to do so, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But I also like free agency and like a lot in other sports. You know, Notre Dame has I think they made $34 million off the playoffs this year. Use that money to get better recruits. NIL's there, get a better quarterback, get some speed. You know, obviously Riley. I don't know if Riley Mills is going to the draft. I don't know if he's coming back. Build up the defensive line, build up the trenches, get as much speed as possible, and more importantly, get a quarterback. You know, no disrespect to Riley Leonard, but he was obviously limited. But spend as much as you can. You made a lot of money. Time to spend where you need to spend.
Yeah. Spend on NIL. Come back next year better, bigger, better, stronger. Unfortunately, football has let me down. Most of my sports have let me down, but obviously doing this is always fun. And as I've been probably saying for 100 times more than that, I cannot wait to be down in Mobile on Sunday. Well, I'll be getting up at 3 probably just to get some car service to the airport, but it's all in good fun. A lot of fun shit going on. So we'll try to keep you in with the content. I know it's 2 weeks since we've been live, but what more bitching am I going to do about the Giants keeping their incompetent staff? Appreciate you guys.
Dead part of the year.
Yeah.
Once football's done, you got to wait till baseball. And if you're not in the spring training, then there's really nothing to go.
Exactly.
Go with it.
So you got to get creative. But once again, we appreciate you guys. Sub up to the Brian Mansell Show. Sub up to Sean's podcast that's making a comeback.
It'll be making a comeback, but we're going to be rebranding. So when it is out, I'm sure these guys will be the first to promote it. So thank you to all three of you. We had a lot of fun tonight. Haven't done this in a long time, so I'm glad to do it again.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys. Keep up with social media.